And we're on.
Yeah. Yes, yo, what is good? What up, everybody? My name is C.
My name is Notion.
And welcome to episode 22 of Bad Habits of Podcast. 22, twos.
Twos everywhere, twos.
This evening, we have a stacked house. We have Notion, myself, we have Daniel in the building.
As always.
And as you can see, if you're
it.
watching, you're going to see two attractive bearded gentlemen on Notion's side. We have Braden Herrington from the UpNxt podcast, and the man knows his way around an NPC.
Round of applause sound effect.
Hey, round of applause. Where is it? Quickly. Hey.
Cunts everywhere. Woo!
Welcome, bro.
Cunts everywhere?
Everywhere.
Oh, okay. Right.
So much
I
cunts.
sure. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. What's
Hi.
going on? I'm with the mad cunts.
Yes.
I'm with the sick cunts.
I'm
I
with-
just wanted to get on a podcast with
say
Aussies
it.
and say it.
And say the C bomb.
That means
It gives you the pass
yeah,
immediately.
yeah.
So
It's
yeah, that
really
makes
great.
sense.
It's really fun. Anyone else in the street, like earlier today, it's not good to just say it out loud in the streets.
Can't just whip that one out,
as,
can you?
as much Aussie as you are.
And
hello.
also, you spent time in Australia, so you've kind of got a
You did.
background to it. And
Maybe
you know
it's
how
your
to
bad
use
habit.
it.
That's your bad habit.
My bad habit, 'cause I
Saying
say
that
cunt
word.
all the time.
But I'm happy to be here. What's going on?
Mate, we are chilling. It's stoked to have you. I know we talked about having you actually on BAOS a while back, but I think this makes even more sense, being that you make the rap music.
More of a crossover.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I know you're the beer guy,
I am.
and I thought I'd come prepared.
Okay,
on the
break
show.
it down.
I know
Oh
we're
my
on
God.
YouTube live, but for those listening on a podcast,
Yeah.
Wait for it.
I'm bringing the best beer I know because I knew I had to bring the best. Talking to my beer guy, so I brought
Let's see.
a good old fashioned White Claw.
Hey! Bit of hard seltzer in the building. You are a nutcase. You know what?
No
I
one even
respect
knows
it.
what it is. It says that it's alcohol on the back. It doesn't even specify
You know what it is?
kind. What?
It's delicious.
It's not vodka. It's not
So,
gin
you know what's
or anything.
interesting?
It doesn't even say, dude. It's probably like lips and assholes like hot dogs, but alcohol.
So I feel like I'm the enemy with this drinking this White Claw. I figured it would be the hot thing. No?
No, it is. You know what's funny? On Friday night, we did a
That
podcast.
doesn't get you a round of applause.
No round of applause, but I'm not mad
deal.
at it. We did a
No,
podcast
that's okay.
on BAOS on Friday night with a brewery in London, Ontario that specifically makes hard. It's called hard seltzer. So we did a full podcast, and that's all we drank the whole time. So it was very interesting timing that you busted
How
out
did
a
you
White
feel?
Claw.
Was
It's
it
fun.
good?
Dude, I got smashed off 3 of them. It was awesome.
Damn.
It just tastes like it's beautiful.
That sounds interesting. I like some Canadian products as well, but White Claws have been popular
classic.
in the States.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. There's something about it. It goes down like water because it tastes
It
like
basically
water.
is. Yeah.
It's mainly water with a sprinkle of what? What's that? What
No, they're
flavor
actually
is it?
malt
I knew
based.
Yeah, it's malt-based alcohol.
Yeah.
Someone has told me, but yeah, that's what I was drinking this past summer. Obviously, the fall time is coming, but I knew that true beer people would be very upset that I was drinking. The look on Notion's face today was very.
Do you know
I thought
what?
it was a joke. I'm like, are you taking the piss? It was like,
I mean,
bro,
it's a mango flavor. It's quite delicious,
I
but I gotta
respect
try
it.
the low. I gotta drink the
can I
Canadian one.
sniff the top?
No,
It's a pretty good smell, but
The one
mango.
I bet you it doesn't
Mango.
taste like it smells. I bet you it doesn't.
No, it
But
tastes
I
great.
know, yeah,
They're
Come
great.
on.
What's
I'm not joking. Like, we got fucked up off them to the point when we go to Ontario, we're going to buy them. It's called Bangarang, the one from London. It's fucking lit.
Oh
bro.
yeah, I drank them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've had
Interesting.
them. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
fantastic.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
The, like,
Come on, all you guys are turning on me.
well, sometimes I'm fat now, bro. Like, I have to actually try and pull
I
back on beer.
disagree.
So you disagree?
The
What?
beer is definitely
So you're fat.
No, that's like a factual, like, for the height and weight, I'm overweight now. So I've cut back on everything. That's why I was eating broccoli just before and shit. Like, I ain't fuck with chips or none of that stuff. Like, I'm like, changed my life around. And that stuff has
I drink the claws.
like, a cookie
I like
has
that.
more calories than that.
It's
bad
a
boy.
healthy choice.
Yeah, I fuck with it. Couple
Fuck
quick
with you.
comments already. Jonathan Emil's in the building. What up, Johnny?
What up, Johnny?
Tiffany saying what up to John.
Right.
He said, Tiff saying Craig and Dan were lit off the seltzer. And we
Lit
were.
off the-
Like, we were fucked, bro. Like, really fucked up off 3 of them. I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of wild. So I'm not mad.
Love it.
Either way, hard seltzer in the building. So we haven't had a guest for a minute, so it's actually really nice to have you in the building, bro. And being that you're a seasoned podcaster, you know, you do more podcasts than us per week, which is dope. I'm on 2, you're on 3. You saying before, which is great.
Yeah, I do. Look, having a podcast about beer is pretty like niche, and I do a podcast about something else that's pretty niche, and that's pro wrestling, which is very nerdy and very strange. But there's definitely this weird audience that kind of comes together, and I see comparisons because I like podcasts that are kind of like out there and pretty smart. I think your beer and other is ingenious. It's so fantastic, and it sucks because there's a pandemic and you can't like go to the breweries and go get those hard seltzers everywhere all across. Because damn, that would be the time. But like, yeah, the times we live in are hard. But I podcast about pro wrestling, and I do like movie reviews, and it's me and my co-host, my roommate, my life partner, essentially, because in this pandemic,
so romantic.
In a pandemic, when you live with someone, you became like you got stuck with that person, but it was in a good way. And we work, we make these podcasts about like wrestling, but we are supported by Patreon, which is a huge thing. Like people talk about the pandemic and like TikTok and how it blew up, but think about like Patreon or OnlyFans or things like that, because people got stuck at home and people are making things. So just like you guys do every week here on this new show, right? So it's pretty cool that the whole world is stuck inside, but we're stuck inside the internet together.
Right.
I don't know.
It's like building community.
Everyone's making content.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, man, and exactly. And I like, we were just talking off camera before about you do some live stuff too on YouTube, and the best part about that is, one, there's less production time for all of us involved, but two, it fosters that community because we have some regulars who come by here every week, same as BOS and stuff, and you know, it's like really nice to be able to, the people that you listen to, you know, on the audio side, or maybe they follow you on social or whatever, and they can come and actually engage with you live in real time on here, and I think that's a beautiful thing. The only downside, I guess, is because everybody started something or started, you know, there's like a flood of content. But and as you're saying about that, like, you know, the saying and they I don't pronounce it like this, but they say the riches are in the niches type of thing. So like having niche podcasts and stuff, I think is super dope, and it seems to avoid. And the interesting thing I notice about my Twitter timeline, a lot of these dudes I follow a lot of music writers and stuff, like who write for publications, and all these dudes all the time actually, like, I'm like, they're all talking about wrestling. Like a lot of these dudes are like heavy into it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't
crosses over a lot.
Yeah, it really genuinely
big in
does.
hip-hop.
Yeah,
really
wrestling is really, and I guess Westside Gunn, all the Griselda dudes, like they got the guys from Buffalo and stuff, right?
I could tell you in like a few sentences or less, wrestling is hip hop. There's a reason that song Ric Flair Drip was a thing, because Ric Flair was like hip hop.
One of the most influential,
like hip hop, right? Like so many hip hop artists growing up, Wu-Tang, so many people would mention Ric Flair before this kind of buzzy got, but wrestling is all about flexing what you're wearing, your outfits, how many chains you got, how many girls you got, the money, winning matches, like
confidence,
being the
swaggy,
king, being the champion, right? And hip hop, I just explained, it's having everything. It's
all the above.
And being like, so it is pretty, and there's always good guys and there's bad guys. So I definitely, some say wrestling's Shakespeare, but you could say hip hop is its form of Shakespeare as well. So it all kind of comes full circle. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a good episode name, huh? Hip hop is Shakespeare. I'm gonna write them down because otherwise we forget. Okay, so do you want to maybe give us some like maybe give people like the 101 on how you sort of, you know, came to be a prolific wrestling podcaster and how that all kind of came about, because that's pretty interesting. And then also we'll get into the production side as well, because it's two very, I guess, things that on the surface are not connected at all. But as you kind of were just saying briefly, that it does seem more connected than we thought.
Yeah, I went to I love music, and I've done music, and like you mentioned, we'll definitely get into there. But I wanted to be like a radio host my whole life, so I wanted to be on the radio. I went to school for radio. I did everything gear related, audio related. I've done so many radio jobs, production jobs, working at so many Toronto radio stations, TV stations, as which I still do on the side now.
Right.
But I started working for a pretty popular wrestling podcast called The Law, Live Audio Wrestling. I worked through there, and then that kind of disbanded a few years ago.
At the office down in where I saw you, at Liberty.
Yeah. Fight Network owned.
Fight
that.
Network.
Yeah, I worked for Fight Network.
That explains. I didn't
I
even
worked
think.
through. Yeah.
Right. I didn't even think I realized I put that 2 and 2 together. I was like, yo, Braden, because our client was there, so I saw you once or twice there, which was dope.
Yeah, I saw you there too when I was.
Yeah.
Working,
You were working
so
too. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So the Fight Network like owned the law and stuff like that, and I worked through TSN and all these radio stations and so many different places, Flow and stuff. But when that kind of disbanded, Post Wrestling, which is like this whole podcast empire from my buddies John Pollock and Wei Ting, they are the wrestling podcast godfathers. Like they are the guys. Like I'm no one compared to these two, but they took me under their wing after working with them for a while, and I've kind of launched my own thing. And my podcast is UpNxt. It covers NXT wrestling. It's super niche, but I do all sorts of other stuff. And since having a Patreon, now I've gotten to basically live how I want to live with no boss. Essentially, I work for myself. And you mentioned doing so many podcasts. This is pretty much what I've been doing this whole pandemic, and it's paying my bills. It's how I make a living is podcasting. And it's something I always wanted to be a DJ on a radio, but now I get to do it, and certain people want to hear me talk about weird wrestling, then it's great because that's something that I like. And I'm pretty much your friend in your ear that you can have that weird conversation with. But that's my story in a little bit of a nutshell.
Can I drill down a bit on a few of these things, because this is fascinating to me based on the recent shit that's been happening with like Joe Budden and Spotify and stuff. And you were basically doing a similar thing where you were running a show that was owned by a network. So I want to just get into the ownership and some of the specifics. Just before I ask that question, it's UpNxt podcast on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes,
I'm just putting that in the comments if people want to go check you out while they're watching.
Definitely.
They can do that. So let's start with because that's an incredible story. I actually did not know that you were full time with this, so that is exciting as fuck to me, man. Because like as you know, we're all about business. Notion and I both own businesses, and I'm a huge passion of ours. So that makes me even prouder of you, man. It's incredible.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It's fucking dope to see.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get into the first part of it. So people who we were talking about the Joe Budden shit, so people who care about that like in a hip hop context, this might actually give another real world context. So firstly, you were working for, say, the Fight Network, and was that the last one that you were on?
Yeah. So the Fight Network owned like this series of shows. They decided to basically fire a bunch of people, a bunch of my mentors, my friends, and wanted me to replace them. But I was a man and I walked, and then basically traveled the world, grew up a little bit, and then got to use this thing called Patreon, which has completely changed my life. Like people who make their own content it's amazing. And it completely, I don't have to work on a radio show. That's what I wanted to do, but I don't have to do that. I can do that through content. But it's just like that. Like I don't work for Spotify, but my podcast is on Spotify.
Right.
So it's fine. But
for that law podcast, did you start it? Like, you? So they already had it, and you were hired as a host.
Yeah.
So
I was like near the. Yeah, it's been going on for years prior.
Okay.
So many people.
Okay, so it's a different circumstance than the Joe Budden stuff. Then. Okay, my bad. I thought maybe it was some sort of property that you had some IP, and that you took it to a larger.
It basically there's weird. Who knew podcasting had drama and such? But yeah, it honestly it does. And the shit that has happened through my life and ownerships and stuff, it affects everything. Not only in like music and such, but podcasting too. Even like Call Her Daddy.
Yeah,
there's so much drama that went through that. Podcasting has drama. You have no idea.
All sorts of things. I actually followed up. Yeah, man. I listened to all the podcasts and watched all that shit about the call. I never even heard of Call Her Daddy before the drama. Yeah. So I went and listened to all the episodes in question. It's not for me at all. But it's like, it's fascinating because of that Barstool Sports. It's worth it if you're interested in drama, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, cool. So that was more like a job that was the only way. I guess it was the old school mentality where it was like, if you want to work in radio, you don't own a radio station, you get a job. If you want to work in podcasting at the time, you want to go to the big leagues. So essentially what you did, correct me if this is a bad sort of metaphor for it, but like you took a deal with like a major as like, and maybe not the best deal because there was no ownership. You left that, but that gave you this platform, and now Braden Herrington is a name that is known in wrestling podcasts. So when you started an independent entity, it allowed, you had so much support behind you and a really strong follower base that you were able to independently create a new podcast with your roommate, as you were saying, and then leverage Patreon for the monetary side of it to monetize it. Is that?
Yeah. Okay. So I've been doing, I do a show every week still for free. There's no ads in it. It's just for free. The only ads are me promoting, hey, if you like what you hear, I do so many other podcasts on the Patreon. So that's like $5 a month and you get all these podcasts kind of thing. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been podcasting for free, but also not for free, working at radio stations that would air these shows and stuff. But now I don't have to have a boss to kind of tell me what I can and can't say and stuff like that. And if I want to talk about weird, nerdy Japanese wrestling, then I can go and do that. You know, I don't have to do these cookie cutter things that anyone. We mentioned the word cunt earlier. Couldn't say that a lot of times before.
It's always a downside.
So, it's fun not like working for the man, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So that's always a good thing. So it shows you that you do. Even and this is for any like podcasters, like to kind of get to this. The level I'm at is nowhere where I hope to keep growing is what I mean. Like I'm not there yet. I love where I am, but I know I can keep getting better. But anyone my advice would be to like do the work, be consistent, always keep doing what you're doing, and one day it'll continue to pay off. If what you're doing is good and you take criticism and you're honest and open, and I think. And that's just what I've done, but I've worked in radio and stuff. But also, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun to do it. In a pandemic, man, we all want to talk to someone. So you want to talk about wrestling or whatever, then do it. But yeah,
yeah, man,
it's weird.
And you need the. I think a lot of people like the distraction from real life. That's not fucking politics news or like red alert bullshit. Like it's like, hey man, let's just listen to this guy with a nice voice talk about naked men touching each other closely. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. I'm about that. We about that.
I'm a butter your bread.
Well, you guys are Aussies, and you guys came over to Canada. But do you know anything about pro wrestling? What do you know about pro wrestling?
We used to watch it when we were little kids. You know my story about wrestling. I don't know fuck all. I think it was like probably 12 the last time I actually watched the wrestling match. And then if anything notable happened, then you'd see like snippets of it somewhere else. Like if there was a big match or some shit.
The way I get in,
but I loved it though when I was a little kid.
Like there's the American WWF, WWE stuff. Like WWE is super popular, but what I recommend is when I get guess pre-COVID times, when you're like you got your boys over, you're all smoking a big one, and then you put on this weird Japanese wrestling. Okay. And I tell you, I can get you hooked on some Japanese. It's crazy. It's insane, especially when you're stoned. It is a completely different world that you have no idea what you're getting into, but it is fantastic. Right. And it's something that I enjoy. And yeah, I have monetized my stoner who watches weird Japanese wrestling as a hobby turned into like a job, but it's great. I love it. Like, hey, you love drinking beer and now you go around drinking beer. It's great.
Exactly. But we monetized it a different way. But now it's interesting because part of the thing that made what we did special was to go to these places that, and really showcase them. And we would work with tourism offices to monetize that shit. For people who don't know like how you can do it, one way is to do that. So we don't have the downloads. You need like $20K a month to start getting serious advertising. We have had advertisers, but it's small change. It's really not much and it's not consistent. We also don't proactively do that. Here is a brand new podcast. And we're starting from scratch, so we're in the very early stages. So Patreon, people have tried to encourage me in the past to go to Patreon. I never really saw the benefit for paywalling something like this. So can you like tell us about like why you decide to go Patreon, how it works for you, what would be the benefit to fellow creators using it, as well as what's in it for the consumer who pays that $5 a month too?
Yeah, well, it doesn't just restrict you to podcasting. You could be an artist, you could be a musician, you could do how-to videos. Just anything. The world is so open. Like someone probably is like, oh, I use Patreon, and wait, you do it for wrestling podcast? That's weird, and it is. But yeah, basically every month it's a subscription. Someone, we did different paywalls. $5 we do is usually you get all these like extra shows. It's like movie reviews or random different things and wrestling related and non-wrestling related as well. But there's definitely a way, but you definitely have to have your supporters, your fans, your people who you've gained over the years because you're consistent and so. But it definitely is people who want to support you. So it's definitely something. It's all run by your fans, by the patrons on Patreon, but it's a fantastic thing. I love it. I couldn't recommend it more.
So it's essentially then for like you have to grind it out. You've got to put in the work, put out the free, as in what we're doing here. You just put them out every week. And I
still do a free show. Yeah, every Wednesday I go live on my YouTube, youtube.com/UpNxt, and we just record our podcast while we go live at the same time. That's another way to monetize, like you guys do too. Yep. Someone's listening to this on YouTube or on the podcast, so it's great. Yeah.
Okay, so interesting. So I mean, I guess there's extra value there. I was always wondering what people do to sort of make that Patreon worth that $5 or whatever people charge. $5 seems pretty a reasonable amount, and also there becomes.
I have a different tier. I have a $25 tier, and if someone loves me, and for some reason, some people out there, lots of them pay $25 a month, and you get like all these shows, even extra bonus shows, secret shows, and you also get we'll send you something in the mail, like a t-shirt or whatever, but then you also get to come on a show and like pick something for us to talk about and stuff. So we get super I do Zoom calls. We're doing a Halloween party over Zoom. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta be creative in 2020. So we have all sorts of different crazy things, but it's all about, like, if I'm someone who's paying for a service, may it be $5, then some people are working and some people are stuck at home. So you lose your commuters of podcasting and radio world. But people who are stuck at home, or I love when a frontline worker is like, I'm listening to you talk about wrestling while I'm like saving the world from a disease. And I'm like, this is insane to me. And like, this is why I love to do this. Right. So couldn't recommend Patreon. But definitely it starts with supporters and your followers from basically day one. Right.
So you do have to build that up. Because I always found that, I've had people suggest, I've had some friends who have tried it, and I think they kind of bailed on it. Like YouTubers, doing one free show per week on here, then they do another couple on the Patreon side of things. But I feel like you need like a real solid base to be able to sort of warrant moving into that paid thing. I mean, I guess it's one way to do it. It's amazing that you've been able to get to the point where it's literally paying the bills. It's fucking crazy, man. I love it.
You can't get there. Like, you just have to. You got to put in the work. And it will pay off if you continue to kind of believe in what you're doing and stuff. My shtick is I'm just some dude who gets lit and watches weird wrestling, and for some reason, like, that seems to work for me. But I myself, I love the fact what you guys have been doing. This is something I definitely want to just have a show where you can kind of just shoot the shit on so many things, including the greatest artist ever, Justin Bieber.
Oh, fuck, Are you a fellow believer?
I was waiting for that to happen. He's a big fan.
Are you a believer? My man.
Look, I'm not a believer per se, but I've heard your comments saying that he's the greatest. And I'm like, man, like, he's got a strong argument. You've got a strong argument. I might not believe it or support it, but you might be. I'm
passionate.
That'll get him across the line.
That'll do. You know what? I just need, everyone else is usually me against everybody. I know you fucks with Beatz, right?
Love Bieber.
I fucks with Beatz.
Dan bangs with Beatz, so
fucks with Beatz.
We good.
Bangs with Beatz.
You know what I'm saying?
Bangs with the Beatz.
Oh. Yeah. We've already had podcast names called with Bieber. I don't want to do too many because people are going to get worried. Because it's kind of concerning. But so I respect that. But this was an outlet for me.
That's funny.
I see a lot of similarities between us because, like, Tiff always says, I taught her too many Aussie words. She's like, Craig loves a chin wag. She always says that. So,
sick. Well done.
Yeah, right.
What's a chin wag?
Have a chat.
Okay. You're wagging your chin, right?
So it's fucking like a dog, mate. It's wagging it.
Right. So because I like talking. Would you say like a dog?
I said it's like a dog, mate. Just wagging it like a tail. Just wagging your chin, fucking like a tail.
Oh, you're a dildo. I love it. So because of that, I'm comfortable. I can bullshit forever. I can, like, interview people with zero preparation and stuff like that. And obviously, you can do the same. You're a talker. You're that guy. I can tell immediately. You're like, boom. You've got a voice for it too. So I feel like there's certain individuals. Like, I could have 5 podcasts a week, all different ones. I'd be fucking stoked. So I get it, and I love this podcast. To me, I kind of like pressured Notion to it, to be honest. And now I feel like I was saying to Tiff today that I love that. Nosh and Dan are both really enjoy this process because it's all well and good if I love it, but if you guys aren't into it, then it becomes redundant. So it's super dope because on BOS, yes, it's niche and it's super cool to talk about beer, but I can't say the C-bomb because people get mad. It's very, like, thank you. It's very niche in that sense that like I can't really go outside of it because anybody listening doesn't care. But something like this is still primarily hip hop culture, but we can talk about business and entrepreneur and a little bit of politics and social justice and shit like that, and people bangs with it, and I really appreciate that. To be able to just kind of like be myself without having to censor anything and shit. So I'm super grateful.
Fuck censorship.
Yeah, man, fuck that.
Right.
But also, I don't. But there's fuck censorship, but there's also you don't want to alienate the audience. So I understand if the beer people who are primarily Canadian, we're moving into the Australian market a bit, but I can understand if the Canadians aren't comfortable with the C-bomb. Anyone coming here, they came to our show. Nosh made me a hat that says "cunt" right across it. I used to wear it for live shows.
Custom.
One
of
I should have worn it today. God damn it. Yeah, 1 of 2.
On the low, secret low.
Right. But like
a hat with cunt on it.
Yeah.
You see that?
I've seen it. Yeah, now I'm remembering the picture.
It's a beautiful hat. It's a beautiful hat.
Ripper of a hat, mate.
Oh, I'm going to bust it out next episode. I forgot.
Yo, 50 minutes of a stitch job that was.
Woo!
What a cunt of a job.
You nailed it. You nailed it. It's poetic, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's just really nice to be able to have, I understand that. I don't mind that level of censorship, but I'm going to say what I want. Not to be like, oh, I can't shit on this brewery because then they're not going to send me free beer anymore, or whatever that bullshit. Whereas here, like, we're not in that point yet, so we can say whatever.
No.
But I like the whole point of being able to build something off your personality, and that's it's the beauty and the downside of this whole new world. There's a million content creators, but there's going to be a whole bunch of people with that 1,000 true fans.
Yeah.
You guys heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like that shit is perfect for this. Go on.
I was going to say, we learned about that at the panels back in the day.
Of course we did. Yes, exactly, from South by and stuff. So
sitting next to you, eh?
Yeah, I forgot what we discovered. But yeah, that shit is bad, like a real thing that there's so many people can have. And you are a living example of it. It's incredibly impressive that you've been able to create that.
I'm just going to look at you for the rest of the podcast.
Just stare at you.
Well, I do podcasting. Usually I'm not used to video, right? Everyone tells me
just so everyone listening, I'm just looking at Braden.
Face for radio, I mean? Yeah. Just looking.
Just looking.
Just staring. No, man, it's very cool though. I love that you've been able to do that. So then on the flip side, you've got the production stuff. Do you want to tell us how that came about, how you got into it, and sort of what you've been working on and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. Like I mentioned, I'm super into audio, obviously, radio, podcasting, TV, all that stuff. So, but I also love music, and just like you guys, I love to fuck around and make some cool shit. I was in high school. I played the drums until I literally broke the cartilage in my right ankle and could never really play the drums again because you need your right ankle, and I can't really lift it to kick anymore. So that sucked. So I really hated that. And then I started making music in high school, beats that is, but I wasn't like very good. I didn't really do anything, but it was super like a hobby. Then I started getting into like school and radio and stuff. So I had kind of access to some cool, better gear. So then I started making some more music on my own time and started realizing like, oh, hey, I'm not that bad at some of the stuff, but it's mostly for fun. But then it wasn't until I hooked up with Notion, and he does amazing stuff, and he kind of pushed me to be like, hey, you make some sick shit, so let's make some stuff together. So he definitely is part of why I've made some like I've definitely made some stuff beforehand, but it wasn't until I worked with Brad here to just like it's
Notion, mate. Actually,
yeah, sorry, yeah, right.
Put the guppy out there.
We call that
spreading it on fucking toast, isn't it?
Like Vegemite.
Like Vegemite on toast, nice.
Which is good, by the way.
Anyway,
fire.
So I always love to do it, and like I would make people beats and give shit away for free, and I would record people mixtapes and just do stuff for free. See, I would always do things like for free, and then you kind of start to maybe get a little bit, like I said, do the work. You kind of get a little bit better at it and focus on it a little bit. And like during the pandemic, I would make some beats, and they're just when I'm smoking a joint in the afternoon and I make a few beats, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I could probably sell this or turn this into something that is something. So again, it's another thing where I'm turning a hobby into something where maybe it can, I don't know, pay my phone bill or pay my internet bill or something like that. But I love music. Music is life, man. Facts. I could not. Music is something I do all day, every day. you guys on this show go through new music. Can't wait because it was exciting to go listen to some new stuff.
Yes.
I'm always listening to music. My roommate hates me because I'm always listening to fucking music.
Right.
Every tenant or landlord, anyone has always hated me. And that's it. We all love music. So if you have the, I don't know, talent to kind of make it, I'm not saying I'm no Kanye West, but I love to make music, and it's something that I just really enjoy to do. And I know any artist, someone loves something, whether it's cooking, whether it's painting, you all love to do it. And making just beats, if I guess you could say, is something I love to do, then sign me up. I can never see a time in my life where I am alive and I'm not trying to make music.
I love that.
That's fucking
Childish
beautiful,
Gambino, Donald Glover, he said, there's guys, mostly men, I guess you could say, are always just they're always like, what, hungry, horny, or tired. But Childish Gambino's like, yo, I'd rather make music than have sex. And then I was like, there you go. That's kind of like, yeah, like, hey, sex is great and all, but making beats though,
getting in the booth,
beats and then doing
it lasts a bit longer.
Yeah.
If you make a banger, it goes on.
You could
forever.
make a 5-minute beat though, right?
I mean, you can make a beat in 5 minutes.
It's a
It
few
lasts
strokes.
forever.
You two know, obviously, like you guys have been making music and it's like it's an outlet, right? Everyone has that thing that they love to do, and you guys make some sick shit as well.
Firebombs, thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
So yeah, I love making music, man, and you guys definitely have inspired me to continue to keep doing it, especially during a pandemic. Everyone should be doing something they love now, and yeah, I gotta make some more beats though.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing. So you guys have a ton of beats that you guys produced together, which is super dope. You guys did 2 of my songs so far. You did Kill 'Em and you did Net Neutral. Was there another one, or I keep forgetting?
What was another one?
Found You.
Found You as well. That's what I was thinking. So.
Oh yeah, with the flip sample. Oh, you guys did the video with the Raptors.
Yeah.
The parade, that was fly.
Okay,
Yeah, Richard killed that.
Lit. Yeah, definitely. I love like horror movies as well, so I kind of used to always make spooky beats.
That's where your name comes from.
Yeah.
That's why Ben Tramer's his producer.
Yeah, it's
moniker.
from Halloween. So I definitely love all that
The movie
shit.
Halloween.
Yeah,
Okay.
some real nerdy shit there.
Hey, man.
Real, but
There's a snippet where this girl's like, "Oh, you know Ben Tramer?" Or some shit.
That should be
outing
your.
me now. Now you're outing me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's you, fam.
That should be
Who's
your.
Ben Tramer?
That should be
But
the
you never
like
see
the production
but
tag.
He's here.
Yeah, I have it. I use it. Yeah,
Use
that's
it?
what he means.
I never heard that. Okay, sick.
Oh
That's
yeah,
perfect.
I have one. Yeah.
Well, you make really good haunting beats.
Yeah, they're always like super.
Yeah,
You did Meta as well. You did Meta that we did.
Meta, we did Meta.
Yeah,
that was
the
the first one.
first
That was the
one.
very first one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That
yeah,
shit
That was our first
hella
co-produced that got used, and that was the beat you picked. Like, oh, I'm fucking this one. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so I wonder what you're gonna do.
No,
and that was
and-
a crazy song.
And it's such a cool process. I know other people, at least people in artists and stuff, doing things over like you're
Remotely.
you're in Montreal and like Notion's in Toronto, but he can send you a beat or you could send him something like, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. You can send
Internet.
things all over like the world essentially, right? Isn't that like crazy? I've had people rap on beats that I've made from like all over like the world essentially, and that's insane that you can do that in the future.
Oh man, we did. I did a full album with another MC was in Oakland, California. The producer was in London, Ontario. I was here, and I just finished in another project. So it was being mixed by Notion there, and the producer, and he's also a rapper in Cambridge, Ontario. We're just doing everything online. It's I've had even from the podcast. You guys are there. I've had people from Australia,
done.
LA.
It takes a little longer.
It takes a little longer if you're not in the same room, but I feel like unless you're in the same room to get that shit done.
Still.
Yeah, it's more just like everybody there has to be like processes and communication, and then you can keep shit going, and it's dope. And there's a ton of music every week. I feel like there's more and more and more music.
The list is fucking like it looks like a huge like paragraph.
It's exhaustive, yeah. So we try and like quickly go through it, otherwise it'll take like an hour just to get through the music. It's kind of ridiculous.
I'll be on my next shit. Don't even worry. I'll be like
yelling. I'm
so the neighbors hear it.
Right? They'll be knocking on the door. So are you working on any other projects, or are you just fucking around with the beats still and like?
Yeah, so like I do like I have like podcasts, right? So I was like asking people who maybe listen to me who like are into music and stuff. So I've made connections through that way where like people are like, oh, I love listening to your podcast. Didn't realize you do this, and I've made beats that other podcasts now use as like their intro themes and such. And
That's
I love
sick. That's sick.
Yeah, like
which ones?
I got a buddy who I made a theme song for like my podcast. Got this guy in the UK to rap on it, which was awesome. It's for our theme. It's kind of like a weird guitar riff that sounds like Rage Against the Machine, but the rapper is like kind of like grime or something like that. I think it's weird. I don't know, like something like that. Like
is he rascal?
No, it's mostly because he has the accent, I guess.
But, I want to hear that.
So, but then my buddy in Brooklyn, who Beta Club Field Trip, he does 8-bit music, video game 8-bit music.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a
Fantastic.
thing. But he took that. He took my theme with the dude rapping, turned it into an 8-bit version. So then I use that for like when I do movie review podcasts, retro podcasts, or you know what I mean, weird things. But then some people took that and started making beats from that, and like people were like making rap verses. Like, so the world is crazy because there's people all over who all do crazy things. But yeah, that I'm not really like, I just during pandemic I've been focusing mostly on like podcasting, but I still make beats. And I'm totally, I feel like, you know, we're recording this in early October 2020. Lockdown 2 is coming, baby. So now I'm prepared.
For a bunch of beats, I guess.
Yeah, now I'm prepared. You know, get used to whatever it is that you found you like doing the first time you were locked down. And, the second time,
and do it harder.
And then just triple down on that shit.
Yeah, man.
5 beats a day for 3 summers. Winters. Yeah.
Winters.
Or something like that.
Years.
Out of 30. These numbers. Anyway, that's crazy.
I love it. It's about to get really real. Shit got real here. So it's... I was talking to Mum last night, and they had a thing now. Melbourne has the strictest lockdown conditions in the world, she said. And they got it down from like almost 1,000 cases a day to like single digits. And they had a thing, if you live alone, no, I don't know if I told you this, but Mum said they had a new thing where if you live alone, like our mum does, you're allowed to have one friend come and visit you now, like one allocated friend to go into your bubble. So that like Mum has one friend, and so Jill, and she came over and hangs out. So if they do that shit, like someone like knows she lives alone, you could have like one person that's allowed. If they do like the strict lockdown, because like on the real, like here we're at like 1,100 cases a day. I think you guys aren't too far off that. It's pretty scary. So I can imagine it's about to get really real because people, you know, couldn't fucking behave themselves and just not have private ass gatherings and shit.
Duffers.
So on that note, actually, like, do you want to maybe, in the interest of not making it a 3-hour podcast, maybe we'll get into some of the topics and then we'll move on to all the shit. So the main topic that we were touching on earlier was Trump having COVID, speaking of COVID. So if that's not karma in a motherfucking, you know, in a gift-wrapped silver plate right there.
There's so much shit online about that. The cunts are going off.
So,
about Trump having COVID.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, I've seen things on Facebook like "die cunt" or like they'll share the link from the CNN post or whatever, and then I've seen people just written like "die" on it. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, I mean look, he's a fucking cunt, but like, die, relax.
We all thought it. We all thought it.
Everyone's like, oh, I hope he fucking dies from the Rona. He's such a cunt, eh? And the Facebook has been very loud on him dying. I'm like, some people that, because I follow people all the time. Like, I barely even check Facebook unless I got a fucking red dot or red number, right? Fuck that shit. So many people have just been like so hateful and like die. And I'm like, wow.
If you remember, I told you about this podcast.
It just seems a lot, you know. I know he's a cunt, but like, just die. Like, I don't know, man. He's a cunt, but like,
it's a. I guess we won't get too deep into it, but I mentioned this podcast almost every episode. There's one called Gaslit Nation, and it's these two women who are academic scholars on, fascist dictatorships and authoritarian regimes. And so these women are actually, they're not just like red alert. They've been saying that he is going to do what he's doing right now for like 5 years to a decade, like a long time. So what he is doing is no exaggeration, akin to what Hitler did in the same manipulation of the people. And, you know, even if you look at what they did to the kids in the border, the ICE concentration camps, I guess, and stuff like that, it's not too far away from that. So it's not being too alarmist. And somebody like him who admitted he's going to dispute the election results if they don't already cheat so he wins, he's not going to leave, which means he is literally Mussolini or Stalin or some shit. Therefore, the only way for somebody like that to leave is to not be alive anymore. So therefore, I'm not too far.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah, so that's why I don't know if these people understand that, but like it's some scary shit. But him having it, there's multiple theories I can even think of and that I've seen. It could be, you know how he owns the shares in like a drug company, that hydroxychloroquine or whatever. So
They're
he could have COVID, which may or may not be true, I guess. He
Fake
could
news.
fake news. Sad. He could he could take this drug
China.
and then all China. That video with like it goes for 2 minutes just saying China.
Oh, it's dead. Absolutely. China.
The White House is not calling it the China virus anymore. They're
China's-
actually calling it COVID because he got COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
stopped calling it that.
I saw a joke that the Chinese government are calling it the White House virus.
They have,
Oh
yeah.
my
The
God.
official president, I think, tweeted that or something
Something
like that.
wild.
Isn't it weird that the president uses Twitter and tags his wife as FLOTUS? He doesn't even mention his own wife. I guess it's because she doesn't hug him at the end of that debate.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
Yeah, also, he showed up to the debate late. Trump and his wife showed up to that debate with Joe Biden purposely late so that they could skip the COVID testing because they probably knew they fucking had it. That's fucked up. That is messed up.
I didn't hear that. That makes sense.
Yeah. So like looking at the facts here, why did you not get tested then? You had symptoms, so why technically you shouldn't have been in that debate,
Correct.
which was like the worst thing to happen to the U.S. since like I don't know, but that was interesting, right?
That was dreadful.
Yeah. Like it's karma. This guy getting this virus that doesn't exist. But we're in Canada. We're above this shitstorm, this meth lab, as a lot of people call it.
It's very scary.
We're just watching it, but it can have ripple effects to where we live, obviously. But so crazy. This guy cannot go being president anymore.
No.
The world is super fucked up. But no one scratched off Trump getting COVID on their 2020 bingo card.
No.
But wow, it happened. And this year, it's like a swerve. What if you said a lot of people want him to die. If he dies, 2020 some could call it a pretty good year.
Yeah.
But it could come around.
Facts.
We heard they opened this tomb of some random
Oh my God,
mummy.
that was crazy.
Yeah, they opened this.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. Today they
Why?
opened this tomb.
Leave it alone, fam. It's been sleeping forever.
Yeah.
Like, didn't they see Brendan Fraser in The Mummy? Like, that shit's fucked.
Yeah, let
what's
him
gonna happen.
sleep, fam. Let him sleep.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness,
like at least
mate.
wait till like a few years. But yeah,
Right?
that's
That's fucking
cool.
wild. So if he
Super
takes this
wild.
drug, then they're going to be like, oh, my miracle drug worked. Everyone should take the drug. That's one thing. So he makes money.
And stock
Two,
goes up.
Exactly. Two, it could be to be like he says he has it, miraculously gets better, and be like, look, see you guys, it's nothing. I beat it. Don't the drug the disease is nothing. Don't worry about it.
Serious is not, but it's not. Yeah.
There's the two main theories I saw, but I checked this. This is fascinating today. So did you see the tweet today where he was like, I haven't felt this good in 20 years. I'm going back to the White House. Blah blah blah.
Oh my, what?
Could you bring up that tweet real quick?
That's
so
ridiculous.
what? Oh, Dan is going to bring up the tweet. I guess it's going to his Twitter account probably. Yeah. He had this tweet that was sort of like, if you think about it, the dude's been in hospital a few days with this shit, not even 14 days, and I haven't felt this good in 20 years or something. It says, "Oh wow, this motherfucker just doesn't
he
stop."
tweeted a lot. Apparently, he tweeted.
Here we go. That one. Can you read that one?
He tweets a lot.
That one.
For a guy who's supposed to be president, he's supposed to be running this place.
But he's just tweeting.
He's tweeting
Twitter
shit
fingers.
all the time.
Wow.
Fake flu.
Fake.
Why?
Okay, let's listen to this one, and then I'll tell you
Makes
what I
sense.
read about it.
He said, I'll be leaving the Great Walter Reed Medical Center today at 6:30 p.m. feeling really good. Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. We have developed under the Trump administration some really great drugs and knowledge. I feel better than I did 20 years ago.
Right. So, I saw this dude I follow tweeted about this, and he was like,
Fucking, he
God.
puts money on himself, doesn't he? Fucking,
"No, but
he's
check
got
this.
Tickets on himself.
Yeah, he's a narcissist, which is all symptoms of an authoritarian dictator, right? So how do you get someone that old to be able to continue to keep going with this level of disease? They give you steroids. This guy who tweeted about it didn't explain which kind of steroids, but he said they give you steroids. So steroids make you feel amazing, apparently. And it's not
Holy
like,
shit.
let's get jacked steroids, but like steroids to get, to kill the pain and to make you be able to keep going because he has a serious job, obviously, blah, blah, blah. So
Super Trump.
Super Trump.
Wow.
So apparently,
Super Shredder.
when
Can't
that
even.
shit wears off, part of it is feeling this and going, then when it wears off, apparently like everything will go downhill and he'll go crazy.
Down.
He'll go, there'll be like an equivalent. It's like coming down off any other type of drug. So it's interesting that this is just watching somebody kind of fall apart, some manic person fall apart publicly who just has a lot of responsibility and authority, power and shit. Like It's pretty fucking scary, and you are right that yes, we need to keep the border closed. As much as I want to go to Vermont and get some of that fire beer, like I'm gonna have to lock that shit up. But it's unfortunately because America is the current superpower of the world we're living in. They affect everybody. Australia was always reporting on American news because we're all indebted to this country. All of our trade agreements and like a lot of the things that we do and need to survive as a country, even something as small as we don't think about, like where's the aluminium come from for all our beer cans and shit. Like Trump started fucking with us with putting the tariffs on these cans, and we're going to make beer that make aluminium too expensive. That would have affected the price of beer. That's how crazy this can get for people.
Wow.
Yeah,
he was going to affect the price of beer in Canada. He is the true bad guy. He's the asshole.
It doesn't really get any worse.
Charge Canadians more.
Asshole,
I didn't think of that. I didn't even think of that when reading those stories and seeing the clips of Doug Ford, who like
they were fighting it too. Like I mean, fuck Doug Ford.
Beef.
He had mad beef because he was trying to push the $1 buck of beer bullshit.
$1 beer,
like that's a whole other convo. But like you can imagine that would fuck up buck of beer.
Trash.
And it would. And Trudeau was going back and forth. He was like, "Oh, you're going to do that? We're going to put tariffs." I think it was on dairy because they take a lot of our dairy. So in trade. So then he was like, "All right, you're gonna do that? I bet. Let's go. I'm gonna put this shit on the cows, motherfucker." And
God damn.
you know, so like, but this is how ridiculous it can get, right? Like, it's really dangerous, and that's why this would probably. I would say a lot of Canadians would probably be paying more attention to what's happening in the States and what's happening locally, because this still affects us in an almost more long-term kind of way or something. I know local shit obviously is very important, but it's less drama filled. Like, this shit is a fucking it's idiocracy in real life. It's absolutely insane. It's a clown show every day.
Yep.
And it's scary to me how stupid people are in all different ways. I mean, look, even here, the fact that we've gone back, like, if we all just wore our fucking masks and wash our hands and didn't have 30 people over to the crib, like, would be good, probably. Aside from maybe the schools and shit. Like, we were very, very paranoid. You know, going into businesses, everyone's got the shit. You sanitize your hands. You wear your damn mask. You have 3 people in the store at a time. Boom. Businesses can survive. Yeah, it's lower, but it's okay. Like, we can maintain it, but people everywhere are so fucking dumb, and it's just so crazy to see all this shit like happen in real time. And
it's
scary.
It's crazy to see these people with the no masks and stuff. Like, I am someone who I know, again, we're live on YouTube video. I'm smoking a joint, but I have asthma. And wearing a fucking mask is terrible. But I'm not a little bitch, and I wear it. I got a fucking tattoo in a mask for like an hour and a half. I don't care. I wore it. Like, I'm a fucking man. Like,
you're a soldier.
We gotta get through this shit, right? Like,
yes.
Why? Yeah. Why the fuck? I can't believe it. Like, I don't understand how stupid people are. In fact, the other day in Toronto, there was this huge protest, anti-mask.
I saw.
People, and I happened to be walking through it, and I was like, for fuck's sakes, now I gotta wear a mask and walk through like
outdoors. Yeah, that's the one space you're not really need to. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, this whole anti-mask thing just doesn't make sense, and it's so strange. It's weird because it tied in with the Trump people in a weird way. You saw the tie-in. There was a lot of people who support that kind of thing, and then supported the anti-mask and support Trump, and there's this weird like tie-in, and you're gonna go, okay, well, maybe we should just let the herd lessen or whatever.
Yeah, I forgot what the saying is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah, it's so stupid. I don't understand the no mask thing, especially in the States. I mentioned I'm a big fan of pro wrestling. They've been in lockdown, stuck in Florida. Of all places, all the wrestling that they're still producing is coming out of Florida. They might as well just be in a cesspool full of all the diseases because it's Florida.
They just don't care.
No disrespect to Florida, but like, yeah, like, what the fuck?
It's the worst.
So,
that's why I was surprised the NBA was in the bubble.
In the bubble there, yeah.
It's because they don't
Florida.
care. Like, that's the state that doesn't give a fuck. They let everything go type of shit, right?
Like, we're so close, and like, I don't understand. Like, there's the QAnon people, and there's all the people that are like, oh, that wearing a mask causes cancer. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's so ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. if you just wear this mask for a little longer, we'll figure this shit out, and then you can go back to doing whatever the fuck it is you were doing. But it's also these people who are the anti-maskers, they're the bored ones. They want to start beef. They want to be able to fight you in a supermarket because they ain't got shit to do other than doing that. Like, legit.
And they've never been oppressed in their life, so this is the closest thing that, like, all the Karens and Beckys.
Old white rich people in
everyone
anti-mask protests.
Yeah, you
like,
never see people of
like,
color in these ones. It's always privileged ass
ridiculous.
motherfuckers. Yeah, it's wild. It's so sad. Tiff just asked you what tomb that they opened. Maybe you can find they opened the tomb.
Oh, the tomb of
some mummy in Egypt.
Yeah,
see this fucking
Egyptian tomb opened.
There's a video of these cunts opening up.
I mean, they
like
found UFOs.
Right.
2020's just had everything going on before President Trump getting COVID, but like, yeah, we had the mummy thing that was opened up after like 2,500 years.
59 coffins.
59, didn't you?
Why?
Don't they watch
Leave it alone,
movies?
fam. Mans was sleeping.
It's like a few years ago, the Chinese government was like trying to create like people using DNA from different things, and it's like, don't you watch Jurassic Park? Don't you watch these movies where these things happen?
Shit can get real.
They definitely need to. Yeah, like, why do you need to open up these of all the years? Why do you need to open up coffins?
Why?
Now?
It's too dangerous right now. Like, this is the year if it's going to go wrong, it will go wrong.
We've amalgamated a bunch, like too much drama and shit.
They're like,
the world can't take it anymore.
They're throwing shit at the wall now. They're like, maybe the spirits of this thing can help us get out of this shit rut. Like, maybe there's the answer here, right? Like, you know, maybe there's something in there, but yeah, bad look.
Bad look, right?
Now, yeah.
Does it say where it was or what it was
The
called?
Grudge. Oh my god.
It just says
we could.
It's in
We could have the Grudge now,
right? So it's in Egypt. I'm just trying to see where it was.
South of.
the
is
tombs.
it Cairo?
South of Cairo. Okay, so it doesn't say that.
But I'm trying to find why they.
Why they do
like
it. It's almost like
addressing it, but it's not saying why.
2020.
Right. I mean, because 2020. I guess it's like, I get that they want to find and see what's popping back then. You can find out more about our history if you can analyze what, the different people that were there, blah, blah, blah. But also, no saying, let these mans rest. It's kind of, because it's a place of, a sacred place where people have, let their bodies go and so I don't know.
It's kind of spiritual place. Don't disturb the spirits.
Well,
They'll
also,
come and fuck you up,
if you do remember, like right in the beginning of the pandemic, the government, the U.S. government, did accept and admit that there was UFOs, but they weren't sure what they were. So there was that. That's on your bingo card too. So like you have evil Egyptian tomb opening.
Yep.
You had UFOs.
Murder hornets.
Murder hornets, like what is even that?
Trump getting COVID, a pandemic period, and then the president getting it. The prime minister of the UK got it. Boris Johnson had COVID as well. It's been just and there's a million other things. Wasn't there? Tiff is saying everyone who opened that deserves the curse from the two.
2020, I had Jay Electronica with an album, right?
He had two. He had two.
Yeah, he shouldn't have had either, but
he shouldn't have had either. I didn't hear the new one actually.
Wow.
Just 2020 was wild. You didn't realize what was going on until it happened. Yeah,
it's nonstop. I can't wait to see that year-end wrap-ups this year. To see when they actually break down and all this Kobe. Do you remember Kobe died in January?
Oh my God, Kobe died.
Fucking Kobe Bryant.
Way to start the year.
Right? It's like non-stop.
Yeah, well, imagine fucking fresh. Was it Mad Skills?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the wrap-ups.
Imagine if you did a 2020 wrap.
He will.
Implore.
It'll be a 25 minute one.
To do a 2020 wrap-up. We'll make this a little clip and be like, look, bruv.
Please.
We miss you doing those wrap-ups. They were funny as hell.
Doesn't he still do it?
2020 deserves a wrap up. I'll give him a shout.
Or there's that thing Jimmy Carr does for the BBC, the roundup show at the end of the year, Big Fat Quiz of the Year or something like that. Oh. That's pretty popular, and I'm sure it's going to be a field day. I'm sure they'll all be wearing masks when they do that show.
December is going to be, man. It's just a crazy thing, right? Is there any other info or nothing else?
No. There's not really much about as to why. It just seems to be some sort of archaeological find.
Ghosts, demons, spirits. It's all bad news.
It's never ending.
Someone call Brendan Fraser.
Right? Get him in here. Figure it out, fucking Brendo. We got a couple other quick topics, and then we'll get into music.
Do it.
One thing, so we keep talking every week. I don't know why I keep bringing it up, but Jaguar, Wright. I saw another video of her talking about what Puff Daddy has been doing. Did you all see that at all?
I clicked on it. I thought it was a video clip, and it's like, oh wait.
I was like a 15-minute thing of her talking.
Yeah,
like
no.
live.
So no.
What was the situation?
So are you familiar with Jaguar, right? She's a singer.
First,
she was basically she was involved in the Roots. She was a backing singer on Jay-Z's MTV Live album because Questlove put her on, and she was
that MTV Unplugged one.
Yes, from like 2002.
I love it. Yeah,
it's wild, right? So she's a fantastic singer. I spent like $40-$50 on her albums, getting them imported in Australia. She's been great, but she's always been crazy. So I've seen like kind of two sides. So today I watched Tyler Kweli did a retort against because basically she said Common sexually abused her. Malik B writes Black Thoughts rhymes. Now she said singer Christopher Williams, a woman who was a lawyer at Bad Boy, walked in and he was sucking Puff's dick for a record deal because Puff used to make the dude suck his dick for power because he wanted to feel powerful and just to be like, this is what it is. Like, so, and then she also accused Tyler Kweli of stuff, and I watched his like retort on that, and he said that she was sexually aggressive to him on a tour in like the year 2000. There was an OK Player tour, and that she had a husband and was bothering him for sex and super crazy about it. And she also said that Mary J. Blige is gay as well. So I've seen everybody in the comments, because everyone hates Kweli, so they're all saying you're wrong, you're full of shit, blah blah blah. So I don't know, but now she's saying that Puff is doing this stuff, and I can for the first time I'm like, I can kind of see that. The other ones, like, not so much. I think she might be boosting or whatever, but this is like, Puff.
Yeah, that's Puff,
dude.
right? Like, he always had to get his voice on every track.
Track.
He always had to. And he always said that, you could bring your friends and we could do this every weekend. So something about friends.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting story. Obviously, I mean, this Me Too movement is fantastic because, you have everyone kind of explaining their stories and stuff. But does it kind of get to weird he say, she say when it comes to kind of things that are so long ago and like instantly people are giving their like rebuttals to these accusations and such? Like, has P. Diddy come out and said, no, I didn't get P.
There's no way.
Or maybe he's like, no, I'm too big above that. But isn't that always a thing in like not even just like hip hop, but in like Hollywood in general? Wasn't that always like back in the day you made jokes about like, oh yeah, well, I guess I gotta fuck the director to get a role or something like that. Like that's always in movies and stuff, right? And then there's the Harvey Weinstein. So yeah, like that's a real fucked up one, but like, damn, Diddy's a bad boy. I guess.
Diddy's a bad boy. Rochelle's in the building. What up, Rochelle? She's like, look how we treated look how we treated those kids on Making the Band. So like Diddy seems like, you don't become an almost billionaire. He'll be a billionaire soon enough by being a good bloke. Like nobody who's made that much money isn't any sort of an angel. So the interesting thing there is, it feels like it could happen. The Common thing, we went through it in the past episode, but I think they had a consensual relationship, and she said she woke up to him like poking his dick around her mouth. That, whilst that's probably not totally cool, if they had a consensual relationship, it's a couple and a boyfriend was trying to get some puss. Like that's what that sounded like.
Do sometimes.
Tiff says Dylon. Good one. Anyway, yeah, it was interesting and just to see what happens. So I want to see if because she keeps coming out. I feel like this has come up every week. I'm seeing a new video. She's just going wild. So some people are saying she's having a public mental breakdown. Others are saying she's speaking the truth and she has these real stories from back in the day. But it does seem like because Kweli was saying, which I see some truth in, that she is jealous of all these people that she shit on because she has the talent. Her voice is impeccable. Her music was phenomenal. I re-listened to it after this happened for the first time. I was like, let me put on her old shit. I was like, jamming. I couldn't believe how good it was. I was like, I forgot, man. And then she, so she's jealous that it didn't happen. But why didn't it happen? He was like, Questlove and the Roots did everything they possibly could. She was Jay-Z's backing singer because Questlove wanted her on there, so on and so forth. So the only reason someone doesn't get put on is that you're an asshole. Like, you're difficult to work with. You're tough to manage. So that sounds like could have would have been. She was just a difficult person. So that, it just didn't work out for her. So.
That's Jaguar
Right.
Jaguar,
WRIGHT. Yeah.
I'm thinking of all like the stories that haven't come out yet, that people haven't, because there's totally got to be some more. You think of someone as big as P. Diddy, right? Or Dr. Dre, right? Like, look at all that stuff. There's so many stories. In fact, again, I talk about wrestling all the time. This past summer during the pandemic, there was a huge speaking out movement that basically stripped wrestling from its core because there were so many people coming out with accusations towards people. So it's not just in hip hop, it's not just in Hollywood.
It's everywhere.
It's in everything. It's even fucking fake sports. That's how crazy it is. So what happened is a lot of people got like blacklisted and blackballed because they believed the victims and stuff. And some wrestlers denied the allegations. Some wrestlers accepted it. But you look back in hip hop and stuff, it's obviously changed because you have so many superstars that there's probably some things out there that we don't know, or people are paid off, or they just don't feel comfortable. And it sucks for that these things happen, but they do, and they're terrible. And for someone to come out and give their story is a huge, difficult thing and a big decision. And ultimately, someone like Jaguar here, what is she going to do? Like, sue these people with these stories? Because they're obviously denying it, right? Like, it's, again, he say, she say, but you always, you want to support the victims who are saying these things. But yeah, P. Diddy here, very interesting.
Yeah,
story.
That's by far the most interesting one that she's come out with. So, you know what? I thought
it was really funny that you were like, yeah, that's the most believable for sure. You were like, yeah, I can see him doing that.
Right?
That was really funny.
Well, Biggie didn't do it. Okay, Biggie did not.
He did not do it because Puff wasn't the Puff he was when Christopher Williams was trying to get on.
Oh, that's because he killed him, right?
Probably too. Apparently, he put the hit on Tupac. He put the hit on Tupac. Apparently.
Right? Yeah, I'm playing. But
no, I'm not joking. I've seen videos about.
No, the rumor. Yeah, there's the story that he put the hit on Pac, right?
Which is kind of crazy.
I don't know, but why? But then why was Shook sitting in where he was sitting? I don't know. There's a whole thing.
Yeah,
that's a different podcast.
That's a whole other podcast. So speaking of these other dramas, Dr. Dre won his divorce battle. I see. No, she put that one in here.
I put it.
Well, you put it in there. Dan put it in there.
Yeah.
What happened with Dre and divorce?
I literally just saw it in Complex, and I thought, that would be.
I think I saw something that they denied her. She wanted $2 million a month or whatever. They would have. We spoke about it before.
$2 million.
Yeah, I mentioned it last episode.
Yes, you did. You broke down what it was.
Damn, that's interesting.
So I think
they broke up, and now he has to pay out.
Yeah, she wanted $2 million alimony a month, and I think, for example, some of the figures were amazing. Like she wanted. It was like $20,000 a month in email and telephone bills. Who the fuck has that?
What?
It was like.
She's a drug dealer.
Just get an unlimited plan.
It was like exactly. It was like $100. It's America. You probably get it for $30.
Wow.
There was she wanted
$39.99.
I think it was $135,000 worth of clothing per month.
Dickhead.
Like $50,000 of dry cleaning, $900,000 for entertainment. It was insane what she was asking for.
Strippers are expensive.
But I think she got denied all of that stuff. Anything?
Wow.
She got literally denied everything.
They denied everything?
Like, she even asked the judge to make Dre pay her $5 million for lawyers' fees, and they even said no.
They even said no to that?
It's like, she's apparently just chatting shit, and the judge said no.
They said no. Not happening.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Dre Day.
There you go.
He's a guy who's done some shit that's probably not fully out yet, and some that is.
Just
but
wait.
Like, I can separate the artist from the
Human
person sometimes, and he is definitely one I still continue to do that with. I love
Dre. Same. It's hard sometimes, right? I think the only one that's like officially cancelled forever and ever is R. Kelly. I don't know if
100%. 100%. Yes.
I don't know if anybody else has been cancelled to that level though. I think
the other one you can argue. You can argue,
but there's not like a uniform. Like if you play an R. Kelly, what the fuck are you doing? Like it's done. Like as in you confront somebody for playing R. Kelly.
If you start to put on Ignition remix and
Peace.
I should be like, yo, don't do that. There's no argument.
No, there's nothing.
Be like, oh, I'm sorry.
My bad.
You shouldn't have put it on.
My bad. Like, that shouldn't even be my bad, should it?
I mean, it's a joint, but like, look.
No. You're right. People should. It is a joint.
But
It's a
they're
slap.
not playing it.
They can't be playing it. Okay.
No.
That's
So, as far as that, we had another funny childhood rap stories. I think we'll keep that for the next episode. So let's move on until I had a low key find of the week. I don't know if any of you guys did, but I actually knew about this singer, I want to say probably 2 or 3 years ago. Her name is Sycorah, Sycorah. She's a young Jamaican reggae artist, like roots reggae, and she dropped her debut album called Rustic Energy over the weekend on Friday, and she had a few singles. I think I was trying to tell Tiff about it today, and I forgot how I discovered her. I think she followed BAOS of all things on Instagram, which is kind of weird. And then I was like, oh, let's check her out. You know how when people follow you, 99.9% of the time, if it's an artist, it's not good. I was like, yo, this chick is fire. Slappers, like real great roots reggae, like soulful ass shit. She has a fantastic voice. So I was really impressed with the album. She's only got like, a few thousand followers on fucking Instagram. She's got, most of her songs are under 1,000 listens on Spotify too. So highly recommended if you dig just cool soulful modern reggae. It's fantastic. Really huge fan of that.
Peep game still.
Yeah, definitely worth it. Rustic Energy. A few comments from Tiffy. She says, "Damn you, R. Kelly, fucked it up for everyone."
What a cunt, mate.
Notion. Did you check out Ama Lou, who was our low-key find of the week last week? I think you would like her.
I did not.
She's like, she's definitely colors material. So AMALOU.
Oh, I like that show. Yeah.
Ama Lou. She is low-key find last week.
I can see her on colors.
Yeah, she's super fire. So we've got Notion's Gab Time and Dan's UK Corner in it. I don't know if Notion had anything, or if you want to, Dan, you want to rock through your shit.
If Notion had something, then
let's throw to Dan there.
Okay.
What do you got? Just like, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna play God Save the Queen, but I didn't upload it.
Oh,
That should be your intro music.
Is that the wedding
That's
song?
it.
No?
That's the American national anthem.
God Save the Queen.
No, that's the Canadian one.
Has a fucking dude? I don't know shit.
Anyway, who knows? There's all the fucking shit. It's just nice to have a real Canadian on because none of us know shit here. Damn immigrants! Immigrants.
God Save the Queen is the British anthem.
Yeah.
No?
Funny
Isn't it
story.
the UK
It used to be the Australian anthem until like the 70s or 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's how lazy they were. They didn't even get a fucking national anthem of their own.
Oh god.
And then they.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know the Aussie anthem, to be honest.
That's
why.
Australia fair.
Wait,
yeah, you
you're
do.
Aussie though.
We know that.
Absolutely.
We just don't know the unheard second and third verses. You know the first verse because that's all they make you sing.
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly
it. Yeah, everyone
We
knows.
sniff blow.
I thought, to be honest,
man's chunder.
I was fortunate enough to travel before the pandemic, and I have been to your motherland, and I think your national anthem is just any AC/DC ever.
Anything.
Just all of it. Anything.
That's what they do.
AC/DC.
And you stand
Every
up and
fucking bar.
you shed a tear. Highway to Hell
exactly.
when we're like
Thunderstruck.
4-year-olds.
Yeah. Oh, I
Everyone's
fucking
like,
Thunderstruck is a bop. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
man.
I can fuck with that. Yeah,
I rocks
good
with
stuff.
that hard. So, Dan, UK Corner, run us through the new fire coming out
New
of the
UK
colonialist land. Let's do it.
new
Let's
UK
colonize
taste.
music. Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it. Let's do it. Well, probably the biggest rap group in UK, D Block Europe, which somehow no one knows here. Released a song with an artist called H. You guys know it.
Yes,
well,
I know
You
H.
know H anyway. He's a Manchester rapper.
Yeah, he's dope.
A song called UFO, which was interesting. It was about drugs, women, normal stuff.
Usual rap music
lean
shit.
women. Everything.
Sounds great.
And, but the video is like surprisingly like really good. Like,
Oh, that's clean.
Really
H always
high
has good videos, though.
Yeah, he has really.
I banged to
he has a song with Heady One that's coming out soon.
Did he?
As well, and
Okay.
I've seen the snippet. It's
Yeah, he's like a young, one of those dudes who just looks like someone who, if you saw him on the street, he'd stab you. Like he's a young white dude from.
But I've seen interviews where he's like a nice
Wow.
guy.
Oh yeah,
Like a proper nice guy.
but don't you think though? Think he just
he looks a
look
bit,
at it,
proper
a bit
nice.
of a mad
like
guy.
he'd jack you for your Yeezys, isn't it?
And then,
In it.
All right, it's a nice video though.
no, it's a really good high quality video. Like,
Yeah.
the UK is coming through with them videos.
Man's got the slappers. Okay. Oh, he's got the money. He's got the
He's got the
girls in
money,
the
got
thong.
the
All
girls.
right. Got the check.
Check. Yeah.
Oh, close up on the titties. There you
There
go.
you go. Inside her. No, there you
Woo!
Yeah, he's a full lad.
Full
Oh,
lad.
he's a full lad. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, looks like one of the blokes from like Western Sydney. You know.
go. We know about them guys.
Oh, we know about them.
I
guys.
definitely want to punch this cut in the face for sure.
Yeah. All right. Boom. Next.
Next.
Catch going next.
K-Trap
Oh, I love it.
and Abra.
I want to go where that guy was going. He just showed me the video for a second. Looked great.
Oh yeah, it's cool, right?
It's pretty sick. K-Trap and artist called Abracadabra released a song called New Up Block,
Okay.
which is like proper. Literally, if you want to think of drill, this is what you.
This is real
it's
drill
what you'd
shit.
play.
Where it's like they've all got the same flow as the other
Same flow,
75,000
and it's just like
Okay.
stabbing,
Yeah. Oh,
dark
stabbing.
themes.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Stabbing always goes over well.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to shank mans,
You want to shank
what you
mans,
gotta
this is
do.
it.
You should start making UK drill, Braden. We can do a.
Oh mate, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
We'll do a stabbing anthem.
Well,
I feel like me and Nosh
They
be
got,
shanking.
they got flamethrowers.
They
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
flamethrowers in this
flamethrowers.
movie.
Yo,
in,
this
in
is
like
sick.
underground
Trap.
sewerage.
That's so dangerous.
Abracadabra.
Yo, that imagine that the flamethrower in slow mo was fire. Get it?
Oh,
Get
I
it?
get
So
it.
they
I
did
get
that?
it.
Huh?
I get it.
Huh?
It's
You
lit.
need a
Hey!
drum. You need a drum sort of.
Boom. Do I have the drum thing? I don't have a drum
You
thing.
can
I'm just
play
gonna play
drum.
the air horn.
Yeah.
Okay, slapper. I like
It's a
it.
good song though. I
I like the
fucked with it.
colors. I like these videos. That this one and the last one
Mhm.
both had like the strong, like,
Moody.
yeah, like one room was all red, that blue room was all blue. Like I
In
like
2020, there's no reason to have bad music videos. It's 2020. We all have the
Or-
technology.
it. Facts, or because we fucking can't go anywhere.
Yeah, true.
I guess, but then that makes you more creative. Makes you more creative. You know, you gotta come with it.
That's true.
What's
That's very
what's
true.
this next song?
Oh.
Don't you just put it
Next.
on
Next,
Next, this song is also interesting. So this is by a rapper called Potter Paper, I think his name is.
yeah, part of
Hotter paper?
Yeah, and he's like an
Piper.
OG
Paper?
in England.
Potter paper.
So he basically went to jail
Sorry.
for a long
That's
time.
okay.
He went to jail
Mans
for a
is back.
long time, but like he made music back in like 08 when Skepta was becoming like starting his career.
Okay.
So like he's an OG. Like you can see, he looks a bit different, a bit weird.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's like
What national is he?
he's British, just
He's
straight British.
Oh, just a white dude.
White
He's
dude,
got the
yeah.
hoodie on, so I can't see his face as well.
There you go. But like he
looks cool.
makes like sort of old sort of grime music, and it's not really my thing.
Okay.
But people do think he's one of the greatest in the UK. It's like
In
people-
In them Paul
fucks with
Wall
him.
teeth.
yeah, the Paul Wall, yeah, he's definitely got that vibe going on.
But
But
it's
he's
like,
he-
Looking like a disco ball.
He got some swag. I
Yeah.
can't put my finger on it, but
Yeah.
like, he's got some swag. Yeah.
I like the glasses.
He's got Calvin Klein on, so that's always good.
You know what I'm saying? That's really a throwback. It's probably what he was wearing before he went to jail.
it's probably straight up
Same
straight out
boxes,
jail,
you know?
same boxes. Everything.
Not
These
bad,
ones
it's
got
all
me
not
through.
bad.
Drop the soap, impenetrable.
Fucking
But
pause,
no,
bud.
this is
Hotter
which ones?
paper. What is
that
his
right?
name?
Pot
Harry
Paper.
Potter?
Potter paper.
Pot Paper.
Harry Potter.
But no, it's a aggressive sort of grimy sort of song.
All right.
It's pretty gangster. I might check him out
Yeah.
actually.
Like,
Yeah.
he's,
I wanted to.
It wasn't
yeah.
too bad.
OG.
I like the video.
Bad.
Okay.
But no, decent.
Next.
Next.
Oh,
uh,
you mad them,
The man's the best rapper
Heady.
right now in the UK,
which is fascinating.
which
to me.
is because he's
Which
just
is
absolutely
inverted commas. Sorry.
best.
allegedly
Sorry,
Allegedly-
sorry,
allegedly.
This is allegedly the what? The greatest rapper in the UK.
The most
the
popular.
best, right? Yeah, in my opinion, a lot of my friends also
Fire in the
think so.
booth.
Who is this?
This is a
Heady
rapper called
One.
Heady One.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
recently
Heady
released a
One.
song with Drake.
Yeah, I know him.
But
Yeah.
yeah, he released a Fire in a Booth, which was clearly pre-recorded. But
Very
which is
weird.
really weird because I've never seen a pre-recorded Fire in a Booth.
It's like I liked it was in the plane, like they're doing it in a plane, but like
Mhm.
he's got ad libs and Fire in a Booth. The concept is that they go to the radio show. It's like Funk Flex or Tim Westwood, where you go and you just spit bars, and Charlie Sloth is dropping bombs and like
Mhm.
yelling like it's like Flex does. But
it's not the same.
yeah,
at all.
and it's like watching. You know, if you guys ever saw Empire, the TV show.
Yeah.
You know how we're all record, we all do music, so we know when you record, you're right up in front of the mic, you have the headphones, you don't have 30 people in the booth. You know how they have the headphones off, the microphone's here, they're singing over here. That's what he's
Okay.
doing. He's
So
rapping.
Heady One, Fire in the Booth,
Yeah.
Part 3.
Fire in the booth.
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 Sorry, yeah.
In the booth.
In the
Notion
booth.
just pulled it up for me, and he fast forwarded. Now I understand what you're talking about. So the video is he's in an airplane, he's on
Yeah.
a money plane. He's got-
yeah.
yeah, this is totally pre-recorded.
Oh yeah,
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
But
But it's like
it's kind of like
I
why.
kind of like this. I'm gonna check this one out afterwards. This
get
is
it.
definitely being added to my Apple Music.
Oh,
Heady
yeah.
One, Fire in the Booth.
Fire in the booth.
Unless
Part 3.
Charlie's
Free.
like shut down his studio or something because of COVID. Because
It might be.
he
Yeah.
said something about we're gonna go Italy, but before we go Italy, we're gonna just record the Fire and Booth on the plane. I was like, oh,
They don't
okay.
have COVID on planes.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
but
course. And you
COVID,
have all
like,
your mates
leaves.
sitting
Air
next
Force
to each
One.
other, except Air Force One.
Fucking hell.
But no, I think it's a good song. It's like a really good Heady One song. It's not really. I wouldn't say it's a freestyle or Fire in the Booth. It's just a good.
Does it have a hook?
No.
Oh, it's just like
Nah, it's just
it
like
would-
straight bars.
No
okay,
hook.
bars.
Yeah,
We don't
straight
need,
bars.
like,
But I
hooks.
think it's good.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
All right, nice.
It's good. It's good tune.
Sorry.
Next.
Right, next.
Next,
Bless you.
Burna Boy released a song with Stormzy, which was
Fuck off! I didn't see this.
amazing.
Ooh, I didn't see this.
I listened to this earlier today, like an hour
it?
before it came up. So good. And
Damn it!
it's got like
Burna Boy and Stormzy those are the goats right now.
Yeah,
I'd say.
that's
yeah,
what.
oh yeah,
Big
yeah,
ups.
like, definitely. But
Those
it's
are
like,
two I'm very familiar with, but I didn't know they did a song together. Big
seriously,
fan of anything.
yeah.
Isn't it weird though? Burna Boy did like a song with Ed Sheeran. Like why? Like what?
It's
Why was that a thing?
Ed Sheeran's like really popular amongst like rappers now in the UK as well. It's
I
like,
think he's great. I think Ed Sheeran's Bieber level, and he writes for Bieber, right? So it's like.
so he has to be like
Hey man,
the goat. I guess.
anyone that
Yeah,
writes
Burna
for
Boy and Stormzy. This track is fired. Notion just pulled it up for me to listen to right now. It sounds
Alright,
lit. The
let's
beats chill.
I enjoy this.
It's so good, and like there's a whole snippet where because the whole video is like a big story, and it's about how this one guy in like this group of guys eventually makes his like I would assume his long-term partner pregnant,
Okay.
and obviously I'm only guessing he's obviously trying to make it out there because he's like obviously a dad now, and he gets stabbed basically.
Oh, it's sad.
And like yeah, it's actually a sad like
So
story.
Matt's gonna drop a
I like-
thug to you.
There's like a interlude like throughout where one guy's speaking about knife crime, about how it's not good, it's not worth all this postcode wars and everything. It's like a proper good message in like the video.
I love that Stormzy's been doing that a bunch, so this is cool. The Burna
It's
Boy's
good.
in
No,
there
it's
too.
good. But the only thing is, the only thing I criticize, it's not rapping Stormzy, it's singing Stormzy.
Oh,
And
singing
I
Stormzy?
prefer rapping Stormzy much
Yeah.
more.
Is
And
it a slow song?
No, not really. No.
Oh, really?
It's
Okay.
like it's more like Burna Boy's more of a rapper than Stormzy, honest.
Wow.
But it's a really good song. Like
I mean, Stormzy can hold a little note or whatever, but
can a
like,
little bit.
he's no vibrato or nothing, but like, he sounds cool.
But this is like a really good song.
Oh, man's getting actually gurks, like dies.
Oh yeah, no, you can see it like in the actual
Oh no,
video.
man's
The
got
guy
like,
gets
jokes. That's terrible.
run up on like because there's this whole big thing on like especially on London Twitter where where is it where it's like when someone approaches you in a car and they all come out and run up towards you, that's like the biggest fear in London essentially.
Oh,
So it's like
because they know they're gonna.
they know they're gonna get stabbed essentially,
Jesus Christ.
Shank people.
shanked straight away.
Shanked.
Oh yeah, here
Man's
it is.
got
Look.
shivved in it.
UK sounds scary.
So look, this is essentially what their
okay.
biggest
The
fear is. So
OG
someone just
criminals.
walking around
Oh, then the
Someone
man's
saying
pull up.
that.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Then what? Why didn't he just run?
break.
Oh, man's good.
and then he just gets straight gurks.
What
Straight.
is with this stabbing?
Straight go.
That's what the Aussies do. It's pussy.
It's like straight. That's what happens in the UK a lot now. So it's
I mean, I guess it's less
Well,
pussy than a gun,
Better
but
than
still
getting
pussy.
shot. No, it's actually I prefer to get shot than stabbed.
Let's just stop crime, guys.
How about that? How
Yeah.
about we just make sure everyone has what they need? How about that? Then we
Oh,
don't
wow.
need to fucking kill people for stuff.
that is true.
Tiff is saying Stormzy can hold a note, but he's no J. Cole. Still love the man, though. I respect that. I respect it.
You know, probably a bit
Should
better.
ask Jeff Bezos for a fucking land, eh?
Right? Fuck. He could do that. He has enough. He could
He could
fix
fix the whole world,
fix
eh?
poverty.
And it still have.
I think Burna
stacks
Boy
of
can fix the
Popcaan.
whole world.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably right now.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Next. Song with a bunch of artists. So
Enough, man.
yeah, Oliver
Enough
J.
artists,
Beatz, Ivorian Doll, Stylo G, Rams, and Added Josh.
Okay.
I know 3 of them. I know Stylo G because he's been in like the UK rap scene since about as long as Pot Paper, so he's been in there for long.
Okay.
Rams, he released that song called Barking. I don't know if you guys heard. I don't know if it came over here, but like it's a big UK song. But then some reason Rams went into like serious depression, and like people saw
stopped
like
releasing.
interviews with him, and like he was saying like he doesn't think he should be alive and shit. Like it was
Oh, well,
crazy.
poor guy
It
went
was
through
like
some shit,
sad.
eh?
And like,
Sucks.
but I think it's because it might have been because he performed Barking live for the first time ever once, and he just couldn't hold a note because the song's kind of like a singing sort of rap thing,
You fucked it up.
and you cannot hold a note to save like
Oh,
his
it's hard.
life. It's so sad. But then like people are like saying, oh, it's good to see Rams happy and everything because like he's probably like happy now. It's very like this is the guy now.
Alright,
Like, he looks like
a
a
little smile.
Very
tomato.
normal guy now.
Good for him.
Ivorian Doll was a very weird one because she's very famous because of Twitter, and I think she had beef with someone on Twitter, and then she started releasing music, and then people actually thought, you know what, she's actually good at.
Okay,
Yeah,
she was just
she's-
like a social
She
media
looks like
chick.
she has beef with everyone.
Yeah,
We're
she's
watching
one
the
of those
video
girls.
right now.
Yeah.
She definitely looks like she's yeah. This one's weird. It's definitely not for me, but I love that someone's making these videos. Like they're making their grind. Hopefully, it's not for me, but
Yeah.
For
It
me, I
seems-
thought it was a decent song. It wasn't anything too
The
special,
beat's
but
chill.
yeah, the beat's good. Like this, Oliver J. Beatz is a good
Yeah,
producer.
for
like,
sure.
it's a good
Okay.
tune.
I bangs to that. Next.
Next, and
Next.
this was one which wasn't added by myself.
This was Sean hit me. I don't know where Sean's at tonight, but he hit me with this one. He sent me stuff by this guy at some. I think he's a British dude, but he speaks fluent French. So he always puts French in his songs, and his name is French the Kid.
You know what? In this one, he didn't speak French.
He doesn't in
He
this
didn't
song.
speak French. But
Okay.
I listened
Like,
to
it's
the
cool. The
first
other
part,
stuff. Yeah.
and it was like singing sort
This
of rap.
looks like
and I was
Donald
thinking,
Trump Jr.
no, it's so. This video is interesting. I watched it all today, and it's like, it at the start he's singing sort of rap, but then he actually starts rapidly rap like proper.
Yeah.
And like I was thinking, whoa, I've never heard this guy, but he's hard. Like he's actually
good.
really good. And it's
Okay,
like,
I think because we just pulling up as you mentioned the songs, we're pulling them up, and I'm watching and kind of hearing it in my headphones. And this guy, French the Kid, looks like he's like some college student that it totally has like his parents are super rich and everything. But if you didn't show me the music video,
You wouldn't assume it's
pretty
this.
hard. Yeah, this
Mhm.
track is kind of way too hard for what he looks like.
yeah,
which is
Yeah.
really
it's
weird.
so weird because he's being very. I think he's generally keeping it real because you don't see people
Free
making
Ned.
this. Yeah, that was the funniest
Oh
thing
my.
because you could just tell the type of people he
Who's
hangs out
fucking
with.
Ned?
He at the end of the
He went to
video,
jail for some
he
drongo
said,
shit.
"Free
Fucking
Ned."
Oh my
punch-
gosh.
Fucking some cunt's missus like, oh,
Yeah.
whoops, you're supposed to punch you, can't knock
Doesn't even speak
bitches out.
French.
That looks like a
Oh,
dumb
Ned.
cunt for sure. No offense
but
to Ned.
it's so,
No offense to French the Kid.
And no
No.
French the Kid either.
Shouts to
I
you,
love him.
Frenchie.
I'm adding that to my Apple
Jesus.
Music.
No,
Oh,
French
shit.
is quite hard. Like, and the music is like, the video, sorry, is generally keeping it real. Like, he's just in
Some
like
of those
a pie shop. He's drinking pints with his friends. He's not like stunting at all. It's
Right.
like no money, no girls. It's like
No chains.
he's in the pub with his boys.
Hey man, at this day and age, if you see a video with no money or no girls in it, it's
like a-
What are you gonna do? How
How
are you gonna believe that it's real?
Some of those UK, not even the UK, but I got into some friends of mine, like through kind of traveling, showed me a lot of like European rap and like German rap, and it's kind of similar. The beats are crazy hard. The dude rapping, I don't know what he's saying, but he's going really hard. So it's almost like, oh, what does this guy look like? And then you watch the music video, and it's like a 16-year-old soccer player like waiting
Yeah.
for his mom to pick him up. It's like, what the fuck? But they sound so hard. Like it's wild.
Yeah, the discrepancy with the European stuff is crazy as far as like the way they look. Like everyone looks so normal. They just look like a dude, like you said, someone waiting to get their
Some
mom get
kid
picked up.
waiting for like what?
And it's like it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me that's how can you be? It's hard to over here when everyone who's a star looks like a star, like they they got the money, they got the chains, and blah blah blah. Like how can you be said to take that serious when you just look like anyone else who you could walk by in the street? It's kind of it's a funny thing.
It's it's interesting what you say about the like. I've listened to German rappers and French rappers, and like, I think some of them are genuinely like hard. Like the beats are very like they're so good, and then but when you see the people, like whoa, like I didn't think that's what you genuinely look like. It's so weird.
It's fucking crazy.
It's mad.
That's it for the
That's
UK
it for
corner,
the
innit?
UK thing.
Boom. All right, Notion's gab time. Notion, you got a couple things, or what's the dealie?
Nah, mate.
Nothing.
Nothing good.
All right.
Nah.
We'll just
Okay.
we got a fuck
Okay.
ton of music anyway. So,
Stacks.
Notion, you want to kick it off because you always set the week off beautiful with a bunch of links here. So, let's go. Let's put
Sweet.
a. All right, time for music.
Yeah,
New
this
music.
is the,
New music. New music. New music. New music. New music.
I need to
Boom.
remember the ratings.
Rapper.
Oh, guys, we have to remember the ratings today. Braden, what we do,
Oh, mate.
we give each song a rating of your choice. For example, last week I had give it out of 5 Vegemite jars.
Good stuff.
You could have
good shit.
some good shit. So you could choose anything whatsoever. Dan had Tim Hortons cups. Notion had what'd you have last time?
Honestly, cups of tea. Nah.
Cups of
wait,
tea. That was one too. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Just pick something that's like
Something stupid.
entertaining and ridiculous.
Okay.
But think about it as we go, and then we run with that the whole time. So think about it whilst
Okay.
Nosh is telling us about the first one. No rush. No,
Okay,
and no
okay.
pressure. Nosh,
All
LAZ, let's go.
So Currency and Harry Fraud have a EP.
Yes.
We mentioned it last week and said we were going to listen to it and then come back to it. So it was all good, man. Like I'm a decent Currency fan. He's more like he's a spitter. Like that's how he rolls. Like
Calls himself
Andretti's
spitter.
a spitter, whatever.
Yeah.
It was cool. Like this wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be.
Not as good as the first one, no.
Fraud, cool as fuck too, but like there's a lot of misses. It was like I don't know, 6.5 out of 10. It was pretty sweet. I don't know, man. Like it wasn't as dope as I thought. Like I'm trying to.
I actually listened to it too. I like Currency, but he's kind of been the same for a little while. And I also like Harry Fraud, and it kind of just I listened to it once through when I saw it drop, but I haven't really gone back to it. But doesn't mean like I hate it. It's just maybe it just wasn't meant to be. They're too good on their own.
Yeah. And they did 2 albums back to back. Yeah. And because it was 2 albums, full 10-song albums back to back. That's why we missed this one, because we probably should have talked about it a week or 2 ago. By the way, Braden, Tiff suggested you could go out of 5 DDTs. I imagine that's a wrestling term.
Oh, nice. Yeah, true. Okay, yeah, definitely thinking about a wrestling related.
Of course. So, Nosh, what would you give this out of 5? Whatever things you're going to do.
I'll get 3.5.
What are they?
Okay, well,
what's your thing?
Things. I don't know.
I will tell you, I am a wrestling nerd, so you'd imagine I'd pick like 5 wrestling moves, but for someone listening, if you know, I am a true deep wrestling nerd. There's a king of wrestling nerd this guy, his name is Dave Meltzer. He's a journalist, and it's his job to rate wrestling matches out of 5. So he gives them 5 Meltzer stars out of 5 would be the highest rating you could give someone. So I'm getting super in-depth nerdy.
Like 5 mics on some sauce.
So it could just be 5 stars, but deep down is this classic
specific to him.
This guy rates matches because he's a bigger nerd than I am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If this guy rates a match 5 stars, it's a match.
I think there's only ever been 1 or 2 5-star matches, and there's obviously
all right.
There's
fine.
like a giant big. There's a list, but this guy is like the king of nerds. But if you were to rate Currency and Harry Fraud, I wouldn't rate it 5 stars.
What would you give it?
Right.
I'd give it a nice 3.
Yeah. 3? Nosh?
I said 3.5, and I'm going to do spliffs. 3.5 spliffs.
Oh, it's a good one. Are they pre-rolled from the Ontario Cannabis Society thing?
No, not the legal government shit.
Because they're going to be dry and old and flavorless, and they're going to
be fresh, crisp Notion rolls.
So I'm talking like some fresh, green crack.
5 would be like a nice backwood blunt. 4 would be a big joint.
No, we're talking joints. Currency wouldn't smoke blunts. He's all about the healthy things. He smokes raws.
Right.
Okay.
Sponsored by Raw, I'm pretty sure. Same with Wiz and all them cunts. But like, Currency would appreciate that. That's why I went spliff. I went 3.5 spliffs of some like 50-50 fucking hybrid shit.
Okay, that's a good one.
Spliff have the tobacco in it though.
No, come on.
Excuse me, a joint then.
Yeah. You better,
excuse me. Thank you.
Come correct.
Jesus Christ! Look at this. Whoa.
Checked on the spot.
Nomenclature right here.
Whoa.
Dan, what would you give it?
Slow it down, mate.
Yeah, I listened to it as well. But yeah, this is one that had really good features, right? Like
I think it had some pretty sick features. Yeah.
But to me, it was okay. It was kind of throwaway music. I wouldn't necessarily go back to it again.
Yeah.
But I'd give it 3 Timbits.
3 Timbits?
3 Timbits.
Okay.
Just
various
normal,
flavors or just like
nah,
plain?
not sort of just like normal.
Just the normal.
Yes, not
like glazed.
Double glazed.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it 3 cans of mango White Claw.
Nice. Yeah.
That was a bit of a hat tip to Braden right there. All right.
I already finished it, by the way.
Of course, yeah. That's okay because it's so tasty. Next. No, Sean, I'll let you run with these first 4 because they're the ones that you put down until it gets the ones I put in.
All right, sweet. Skip Marley had a live one on Good Morning America. It's called No Love, and it has the dope-ass Wu-Tang sample in it. This one's super fire.
Yeah.
Tears, exactly. I was telling Braden earlier, and this one just it hit right.
Yeah.
He's a swagger cunt. This was a really great sample.
This is one of Bob Marley's kids.
Grandson.
Sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say he looks really young, so I watched the video. No Love, which is interesting.
Like Stephen Marley a little bit, Bob.
Definitely
but
more
the
Stephen
song is
than
No Love, and
more
Bob Marley's all songs
and a little bit
were about
Damien
love.
in a couple of words, couple of sentences.
I thought it was cool. Yeah, I liked
really
it.
sick. Anyway, whatever. Skip was really dope. I've heard him on a bunch of features with like her and a bunch of other people, but this one was really cool. This is kind of like the Colors vibe, like the raw recording. I'm pretty sure it looks like it anyway.
Yeah, Good Morning America.
It was Good Morning America, but it was pre-recorded. I do not think that was
pre-recorded.
Yeah, the way it was, he was too far away from the mic and he didn't have any headphones on.
True.
Yeah.
So
all right, I dig it.
At least he wasn't on an airplane.
Yeah, right. Step out. So what would you give it?
Let's go 4. 4 stars.
4 spliffs of.
4 spliffs.
4 spliffs.
Definitely, it's a Marley. You got to smoke a spliff.
Absolutely. Dan.
They put grabber instead of tobacco, so probably a spliff with some grabber.
Yeah. Okay, I respect it.
No, I'd give it a 3.75, but only Timbits. Sorry,
is that on the scale?
Well, I'm gonna say 3.75 because you're gonna eat 4 Timbits. the powdered ones, but you couldn't have the final one, so you had to just leave
It leave a little bit
little
left.
bit.
I know what you're saying.
But only because the next Skip Marley song is
lit.
in my opinion.
Better. Okay.
You know.
I'm going to give this 4.5 Black Cherry White Claws.
Damn.
Okay. Next.
Next.
Another Skip Marley song, Make Me Feel, with Rick Ross and Ari Lennox. This was the music video. They were all in the same place. Rick Ross had his shirt off. Ari was looking fire.
Agreed.
It was a nice look, like day shoot. They were just having fun. It was nice to see like Ari and Skip not be the love interest to each other because they were singing it. It was like just a bunch of people hanging out and jumping off these sick waterfalls and campfires and shit. The song slaps. Russ was dope in it. Definitely a solid 4.5. I'm gonna start Blue Raspberry Bangarang Hard Seltzer. Ooh. I'm gonna keep going with the hard seltzer vibe.
That's good.
Anyone else got a rating?
Yeah, I like this song as well. I have to check out more Skip Marley. I didn't really know it was I didn't know he was a thing really until you guys showed me.
He has an EP. It's great.
So
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna check it out. I feel like he pulled up the video and I'm watching Rick Ross without a shirt. And he's just chilling.
It's what you want.
You know, he's waiting on his wings.
His wing stop.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many Rick Ross just throws the verses away sometimes, and I feel like this. I haven't listened to it fully, but we listened to it earlier, and it kind of felt that way. But I'd give it. It's not a 5-star classic, but it's a good 4 stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give her a 4.25 spliffs.
Okay. Perfect.
4.25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.5, Dan?
I'll give it 4.5 Timbits.
4.5 Timbits?
4.5 powdered Timbits.
Powdered. Always good. Be healthier.
Jellies.
Oh, the jellies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dig
classic.
that. I really enjoy how Ari Lennox is supporting Skip on the hook, and she's like mad reverbed and shit, and she's all like there. That's not like how she's usually like mixed in anything. So like that was a really good supportive thing for Skip and a good feature for her. Anyway, that's my thought on that, because usually she's like really there and really dry, and she's like up the front, and it's like, yeah, she's just fucking out there.
It was mixed really
floating
well.
on the back of his vocals. It was really
Get
good
it in
to
ya.
listen to from a mixing point of view. It was really cool.
Love it. Well, next,
Next.
YG My Life 400 album. YG makes some pretty fun West Coast classics. It's not about lyricism. It's just about like typically pretty fun shit. I bangs with him because I like it. He's got the Fuck Donald Trump. Now he had the Fuck the Police anthem. He's the album is interesting. It's got some really cool shit, but then some it goes into those the auto-tune trappy guys like
the weird features.
Yeah, like I think it was Lil TJ or some one of those type of
it was Tay something.
Yeah, there was a couple of Lils in there.
Youngs,
Yeah, and I feel like
Lil Tay.
Yeah, I feel like that shit doesn't really
Tay from
vibe.
Run Away Way. Sorry.
I feel like that doesn't vibe with his shit so much. So overall, it was cool. I'm gonna give it 3 lemon lime bangerangs because that was my least favorite flavor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the song, but you didn't sell me on it. So.
Oh, it's an album, a full album.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, I'll give her a 3.5.
That doesn't sound that great then.
3.5.
3.5.
That had already been like started and then put out immediately.
Oh, I know the ones.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Dan.
Couldn't handle it.
Like it's like you sparked it up like, oh fuck, mum's coming, I'm gonna put it out. For fuck's sake.
God damn it, mum.
She's alright.
She's a good chill.
No,
Mum goes.
Mum goes alright, mate. Nah, I can't diss mum.
Nah, she's right. Nah, she's good. Get her on the podcast.
Honestly, that would be amazing.
Brad, stop swearing. Why are you saying the C word?
Is that a prop cigarette? Yes, mum.
Bradley, put it out. Everyone's watching.
Remember when we put some of those videos out? And I'm like, don't worry, mum, it's a prop cigarette. She's like, oh, Bradley. There's the guppy. There's the guppy.
Anyway, Dan, what'd you give it?
Anyway.
3.5 jelly-filled Timbits because there were some parts which I really fucked with, but then there were some parts where it was just like, you can't have too much jelly. You can't have too much jelly Timbits.
No, you can't have too much. You get a little sickly.
Yeah,
that's
what I felt with the features.
I get it. Yeah, exactly. You get a little bit,
and
then you get your craving satisfied. You pop it away.
Yeah,
love
exactly.
it. Next. You put this one in here, Doug. This is good. This was Black Thought, a song called Good Morning featuring Pusha T, Ew, Swizz Beatz, and Killer Mike. So
crazy, bro.
It was a lyric video. The number one problem we all know with this song, do we want to say it together? Swizz Beatz. He is hot garbage. We all know it. I don't know why people work with him. He seems like a lovely guy, but Jesus fucking Christ, his beats suck. All of the AIDS.
I
dates.
mean,
I can't stand
this
it.
wasn't exactly horrible, but I know what you mean.
It was like it gave me all the gross Swizz Beatz vibes. Pusha,
really?
yeah.
Is it because the drums were exactly the same? There's like the same with the boom.
Yeah, it's not the
like
same.
He's
It's
done the
tinny
same
and-
tempos.
Still
Yeah.
does the same drums as he did in
every time.
2008.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. It's
just
probably
can't.
1998. Fuck. Obviously, Black Thought is the god. He was exceptional. Push always comes strong with it. Killer Mike was great. So I'll just quickly give my thing. I'll give it. I'm reluctantly giving it 4 because the rappers were so good and the beats sucked, but they were rappers deserve. But I'm going to give it the
Better production.
I'll give them the Mango Bangarang because that was pretty fire.
Yeah,
Fair
I kind
enough.
of agree with you because like we listened to it earlier and we're kind of listening it. We pulled it up in our headphones right now and the lyrics were good. I thought Pusha kind of killed this. And the beat is just kind of it sounds like it's gonna be in a movie or a trailer or something. That's what it sounds like.
I see that.
Watch, calling it. Yeah, yeah, I agree. 4 because the rappers kill it, but like maybe even a 3.75.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Not that full star. Nosh, what do you reckon?
Oh, it's crazy, man. Like I was really pumped that Black Thought did a expected job. Pusha T was outstanding. Killer Mike came through, did it. The order was a little backwards, but I was surprised how nice Push came in. Pause.
Oh, I love Push.
That was super good. Yeah, I just
Push
think
tough.
he was the outshiner on the track.
Okay, I agree.
He had a Drake diss in the track actually.
What did he say?
He says something about how
Death
I'm gonna, there's something about a death that happens from a birth, and it's referencing I killed Drake from the birth of his kid. Yeah.
Hey.
Definitely check out. You'll be hearing it in the news about how people are gonna speculate. Oh, he's dissing him again.
Right.
Well, yeah.
He's the king of petty. King of petty. Nosh, what do you give that out of 5?
I'll give it a 4 as well because the production was honestly not as terrible as you guys hated it.
Yeah, it didn't stand out that I was super bad, but I agree. Like it just kind of sounds like it sounds like a ripoff of all his other beats.
Exactly. It's just so deeply
that's the
mid.
issue.
Yeah. Okay.
The only way to celebrate a death is with a birth, is what he
That's
says
what he
on
says.
this. And I think that's kind of a low key. In the video we're watching, there's a baby.
Because he killed Drake on the track, but then Drake had a son. Is that what he said?
I guess so, yeah.
I
Okay.
guess
That.
Yeah,
Bang.
something like that.
Probably what it means.
Something like that.
Are you going for it? Dan, what do you give
into
it?
Things.
I give it 4 honey curler Timbits because
Ooh, good
the
one.
verses, honey curlers slap.
Yeah.
They slap.
I fucked
But
up.
the verses make it honey curler. But the beats and the
It's like-
instrumental was, it's Swizz Beatz.
Yeah.
So you can't really give it more than. It's just the verses carried it a lot,
Yeah.
which is quite weird nowadays because usually it's the instrumental that carries
Agreed.
rap nowadays.
It's usually what's the most catchy part.
Yeah.
All right, boom. Next, 21 Savage and Metro Boomin came back with their second collaborative album called Savage Mode 2. 21 Savage, the fact he has a career is mind-boggling to me. He is so horrible. He
Right.
raps like it's nursery rhymes. Like it's entertaining because it's
This one-
dumb. Yeah.
Wait a second. Doesn't if you were talking about 21 Savage, doesn't he have to be in the earlier segment featuring the UK rap artist? Because he's from the UK.
Savage.
I mean,
Savage?
he says he's from Atlanta. I listened to this earlier, actually, when I was having my smoking morning coffee today, and I was skipping through the tracks. He's definitely someone that it's just kind of like, okay, it's nothing really. Maybe it's just not for me, I guess. But obviously, Drake has a feature on one of them, so I instantly clicked that, and it was just kind of there. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't even, the beats weren't even that lit. And I love Metro, and I do, but
Metro's
it was just there. There was one song that kind of stuck out. I was listening to it. Running, I think, is one of the songs, and it's so stupid, but like I was singing along to it by the end of it. So I was like, all right, he got me on one. But yeah, I don't know, three in the middle, because it was just there for me. But,
Okay. Makes sense. Nosh, would you? Oh, Dan?
To be honest, obviously I quite like this mumble rap and there's new rappers, but this one
He's not a mumble rapper.
No, yeah, he's really not, but he fits in that category of
I
these
guess
new
so.
age rappers. But it's just like this one was just so disappointing. I thought it was just pretty shit. I can't lie, yeah.
If the Gen Z's not fucking with
I
it,
genuinely thought I was skipping through all the songs, and there was one song called Snitches and Rats or something.
oh, that was terrible.
And
Jesus
I was listening to it in
Christ.
the shower, and I was like, if I come out the shower and this song is called Snitches and Rats, because all he was saying was snitches and rats. Snitches. And I was thinking, if I come out and this
That's
is called
all
Snitches
his
and
songs.
Rats.
The other one I said
not...
is just like, I'm running. I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, to me, I give that 2 coconut powdered Timbits.
Okay.
Coconut powdered because you think it's the sugar one, but it's coconut in the
Oh, and it's like,
I got the wrong one. Coconut, you know?
Nosh, what would you give this one, bro?
The 21 Savage joint?
Yes, sir.
I did not listen to it because I think he's absolute
Smart.
trash. So I avoided it on purpose. I'm really sorry.
No.
0.
You are the smartest one out of all of us. I suffered all the way
I
through
literally
this
skipped
shit.
it on purpose, dude. I was like, 21 Savage, Metro Boomin, fucking dicks, cunt. Like, fuck off, man.
I
No
agree.
time.
I was
0.
this close to not doing it as well, but I managed to just catch up.
The fact that you put it in there slightly offended me.
I'll throw in another one. I like weird music, and we all have our guilty pleasures, and I could see this being the guilty pleasure playlist.
Did you guys see fucking 21 Savage at the halftime at the Atlanta Hawks game where he's like off his own fucking beat? He was so trash.
Yeah, he's
the
trash.
shittest cunt.
Yeah,
like,
he's
dude,
terrible.
you know how we used to rap with like shit cunts at the Evelyn back in the day?
I remember.
Dude, these cunt, like,
He was as bad
how
as
did he even get? Oh, man.
I mean,
so
he's
bad.
not.
Sorry.
Shit. He's definitely
Fucking
not.
horrible.
He's not.
I'm
one
actually
of my
upset because I spilt some beer, so like my anger's like really on 21 Savage right now.
But what I was
but
saying
also
is,
he's shit.
look, I know a lot of people think he's like more of he's the trap type music, but maybe he should be making drill. But in replacement, I'll throw in my guilty pleasure that wasn't on your list, and we were talking about P Diddy. Well, P. Diddy made a lot of money this week because technically Bad Boy Records had a number 1 album. And the number 1 album this week was Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh,
the pop punk album.
Yeah.
So this tears me at my heart because I wasn't really a big fan of Machine Gun Kelly. Can't say I was a Machine Gun Kelly fan. This album is co-produced by Travis Barker from Blink-182.
Yes.
Legend.
Very big fan of him. So this album isn't necessarily hip hop because it's really not, but he's kind of picking up where like Lil Peep style, but he's just playing guitar and it's pop punk. Very much my guilty pleasure. Way more than just more boring trap that didn't really stick out at all. Like any of the beats on the Metro Booming thing weren't in my head after listening. But listening to, I can't believe I'm like defending Machine Gun Kelly, but legit, like some of the songs we're listening. You were talking. Dan was mentioning he was listening to. Who's even the rapper on that? 21 Savage in the shower. I was listening to Machine Gun Kelly in the shower, and I was listening. I was like, it sounds like I'm listening to Blink-182, and I'm like, I'm kind of digging it. So guilty pleasure. I'm canceling out your Metro Boomin 21 Savage. It wasn't as good as it should have been. Guilty pleasures still need to hit.
Right. No, that's a really good point. I will check that album out. But yes, overall, I never liked him. I just put it in there because everyone's talking about it. And he had Morgan Freeman do the trailer and all the interludes, which is pretty gangster.
That's interesting.
You got to give it up for that.
He's a fucking gangster, though.
Right? But Boom. The beats were underwhelming. The raps were just like, I can take like one verse of 21 Savage and like suffer through it when it's a feature verse. But 17 songs or whatever,
as a feature, I don't really mind him. Yeah, I don't really mind him too much.
I'm giving that like a 1.5 warm,
just left outside.
Left outside for like 3 weeks, whatever the shittest White Claw flavor is. That's
it would arguably be lime.
Like in the back of the car, the sun's
that
on
one
it.
exactly.
It's mad hot.
But it was open. Car. And it's open.
Open? Oh, flat as tits.
God. And there's a Siggy butt in it.
Siggy butt?
Oh no, that would be 0.
That's
that
like,
would be 1.
Yeah.
That's 0.
All right, sorry. Okay.
That's a
sorry.
-1.
All right, my bad. I took it too far. All right, that's much too much 21 Savage talk. Next.
You go pretty far. Next.
Bryson Tiller dropped his new album called Anniversary. Does anyone have any thoughts on this one? I really like this. I could not believe how dope it was. I was expecting
big improvement
hot
from
average.
Before.
Yes.
I think Trap Soul is one of the best like recent albums in the past like 10 years. Trap Soul is legit. He did the bonus version right before releasing this album.
Yes.
Yeah, just to kind of get the hype around him. Because he's someone who had that hot album and then kind of disappeared. His music wasn't really
hitting. He just
really.
had a
this
shit
one,
second album, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like it didn't really get it just wasn't that good. So this one, he kind of needed to step up. I thought this album was, I jumped to this one when it came out the other day. I put it on above everything, but it was good, but it still didn't get quite the hype of Trap Soul. I'd give it like a 4, but it wasn't as memorable. Whereas like some of the beats and some of the songs and songwriting in Trap Soul were way better than. It just sounds like everything else.
Yeah.
Even the Drake song, it sounds like everything else. The Drake song was cool. Maybe that's the standout track, but yeah.
Okay, good one. Nosh?
Didn't hear it all, but I
That's
give it like a 3.75. It was pretty sweet.
Okay.
Definitely an improvement from previous joints, but didn't hear it all.
Okay. Dan?
I didn't actually listen to it because I was at a point where I was just done with him.
You're just done?
I was just like, I
fair
can't
enough.
listen to it
Yeah,
again.
yo, legit. I felt that way. Legit. He's been
disappointed.
As good lately. Yeah.
I'll give it a 4. Whatever, like reasonable. Like if someone offered you this hard seltzer, or Mike's Hard Lemonade, you're like, okay, sure.
Why not?
So because it was like better, and you drink it, you're like, oh fuck, this isn't so bad. That's what happened with the seltzers. I feel like I didn't expect it to be good because he was such a disappointment recently.
True, yeah.
So it's all about expectations low, and you're like pleasantly surprised. I'm like, all right, it's not. It's all it had to be is not shit, and it get a 4. So it was cool. Welcome. I hope he continues to improve. Next, Meg Thee Stallion and Young Thug did a single called "Don't Stop." I listened to it. I don't remember. I'm going to give it 1 can of warm black cherry because I just don't. I can't fuck with Meg. And Young Thug's cool, but I just don't like Megan's music at all. I hate her rapping, man.
It's again. I think it's just something that's just not for me. Where I know like women love this type of music. Nicki Minaj definitely started this like train of women kind of taking over the hip hop scene. And again, this isn't hip hop, right? This is pop, right? Like this is just like, especially the videos. It looks like Nicki Minaj. It looks like Cardi B with the colorful hair and stuff. It's cool, but it's just also we're in a pandemic right now. No one's going to the clubs and stuff. Hopefully, and if you are, shame on you.
Yeah.
But like, if
the video is basically like a strip club show.
So if this played like for a minute of it played at a club, like I'd probably like it, but. Yeah, it was just. It's not something I'm adding to my playlist, but like
this would
I'm
slap
not
at
like
the strippers in ATL.
Yeah, like if I'm at a strip club one day, which again you should not be going to right now.
Yeah, don't go.
No.
It's great, but shout out Young Thug dressing as Edward Scissorhands in the music video, and Meg Thee Stallion being
very extra.
The cat from Alice in Wonderland. Very good.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The video is probably the best part of the whole thing.
Any ratings from you boys?
3.
A 3.
3. Okay.
Keep it in the middle.
Dan?
Because it's not horrible, but it's also not good.
Okay.
I don't hate Meg Thee Stallion, but I'm also not a huge fan.
Yeah, it's not something I'm listening to.
There's a lot of effort going into this shit, and she's not like she out raps Young Thug.
She out raps. She bodies Young Thug. I can't understand what he said on that song. But I understand what she said, so that's what she said.
Ridiculous.
Okay, Dan.
But yeah, other than that, man, like fuck, can't really hate it, but don't really love it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in the same position. It's like it was alright. Like it wasn't that bad. The video is kind of cool. I think it's quite like an interesting video. It's I get the same vibe where if it was on the club for 1 minute, then it will slap.
Yeah.
But I cannot listen to the full 3 minutes of the song.
Right, it's too much.
The
it's
instrumental
very long.
gets so annoying.
Yeah.
The beat is very
annoying.
good. Yeah.
But I'd put like 3 normal Timbits. Just plain.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
No sweet.
Original glaze.
Cool. Next, Giveon, who you might know from the Windy City Drake collab, dropped an EP called When It's All Said and Done. Wow, I couldn't even see that. Anyone listen to that? About 4 songs?
Yeah, I really
wish
I did.
Super smooth.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we did today. Did we listen to this
we
one
did
today?
Just one song.
I don't remember now.
Fair.
We did listen to a lot. There were a lot.
There's a lot of music here.
We went from one to one. Is this one that's more of like a softer? Like,
yeah,
it would be very soft.
Yeah, it was okay.
He sounds like Soundtrakk.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. I think it was cool. I give it a 3.
Okay. Nosh?
Same.
Dan?
Didn't listen to it.
Didn't
I
listen?
wish I did because I rate Giveon.
Yeah,
but
I actually really liked it. I give it 4 solid White Claws. Enjoyed it. Definitely a good little smooth thing. It's just a little short. I'm looking forward to a full length project from him. Next, Jorja Smith and Popcaan. I'm just trying to move through it because we have so much and it's nearly 2-hour podcast already. Jorja Smith and Popcaan did a single called "Come Over." I'm trying. You keep talking over me.
Sorry.
Did a single called "Come Over." It was cool. It was more on the dancehall / sort of Afrobeats vibe. I really liked it because I liked them both. I'm gonna give it 4 White Claws.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was cool. It again something that would probably be lit in a club, but yeah.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Same. 4 beautiful splits.
I love Jorja and Popcaan though.
Yeah, they're dope as fuck.
Yeah, I rated it for chocolate glaze.
4 chocolate glaze.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
All right, switching it up.
Really good.
Next, Ella May dropped another single called "Not Another Love Song."
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her at all, man.
Really?
No, I didn't like this song.
I can't stand her voice. I don't like.
She's British, you know.
Yeah, I know. Like most of my favorite singers are British, to be honest. So I just don't like her music. I hate all of the songs she's ever put out. I don't know, 2.5.
Yeah, I thought the song is not another love song, but it sounds like every other
one.
So like,
Facts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyone got a rating?
I give 3.5. I thought it was decent.
3.5.
It's alright. I kind of rate Ella May. I don't always listen to her actively, but she's alright. Go 3.5.
Okay.
Original sugar topped Timbits.
Very good. Okay. I like it.
Next.
This was weird. Gorillaz and Elton John and Black did a single called "The Pink Phantom." It was as weird as you think. I don't know why they put fucking Elton John on this shit, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
a king of weird shit. I love spooky shit, but this is weird. Gorillaz are lit, Elton John's lit, Black is lit, but all 3 coming together in this haunted house was really weird. 3, yeah, really strange.
Yeah, you gave it 3. I'm gonna give it 3 as well. You're right. Well said, Nosh.
Play it for Halloween.
Yeah, there you go.
Give her a 2, mate. That was shit.
I like it. You don't even say anything else. Dad? I'm gonna give it 2, mate. That was shit. That was great. That was the best review of the night.
3 birthday cake flavored Timbits.
Ooh, birthday.
Elton John's in it.
Wow,
Give
fruity. I like it.
So bad.
Next, there is a so I don't know this artist Tycho.
Tycho, Tycho is lit, man.
Okay.
This is the last concert I saw before pandemic hit.
The only Tycho I know is Mandem from YouTube that does the Goon Squad things.
Different Tycho.
What a man!
Tycho's an electronic, like almost ambient, weird, different type of music, and he just did his first album with the singer with vocals, and now he's totally gonna jump into this world. This is his first I don't know, pop type thing. This guy is going to be a huge... I've been fucking with this dude for so long. Tycho is lit. Yeah, he's the producer. He makes the music.
Okay,
and then rum.gold is the singer here on Runaway. Yeah, the song is cool. It's totally like Tycho vibe. But, man, Tycho has his whole underground vibe. Highly recommend.
All right.
I'd give this even a 4.75.
Jesus.
Whoa.
All right. Fuck, it's a big one.
I really enjoyed it, man. I'll give it a 4.5. That was sick. The video was fly.
Oh, yeah.
Music, yeah.
We were talking about music videos. This had the best music videos.
Oh,
it's
fuck.
a screen grab.
The music video is amazing.
It's a screen cap of what's going on someone's computer.
Fully going to do the same thing.
Yeah, this is going to be the new thing. Like, every artist is going to do this. Watch.
All right.
In the next year, you're going to see this at least 5 times done in different music videos. Or, if not, quickly rip it off and do it yourself because it's a really cool idea.
Okay. I'm going to check for that. Dan, do you have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'll give it a solid 3.75.
This is cool.
Original Glaze Timbits.
Original Glaze? Okay.
Sounds good.
It's good sound, good music. Not my sort of vibe, but I do fuck with the song. It's good.
Okay.
And the music video is hard.
Okay. I'm going to give it 4.5 as well because rum.gold is actually a low-key find that Tiff found maybe 6 months ago. I actually hit him up for a collab. He was in the middle of working on the new project that he reached out that he was working on that he dropped recently, but I was really happy to see that. So that's really cool to know that was part of it. So I'm going to check for that. Boom. All right. Next, Red Cafe, J. Cole, Trey Songz, and Wale did a song called Fly Together, a remix. I think Red Cafe is like an old school dude, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm confused, because I saw this and I searched it's from 2008. It's old, like.
Then why did it?
Yeah.
So it could have been his old song, and then put them.
I think so. Yeah, we were confused because it's got like new rappers on this old beat essentially. So,
okay, so it was in my Spotify.
It was weird. Yeah, the beat was just average. J. Cole was cool, but really wasn't. Wasn't that.
Nothing special? Okay, so it came up. Maybe they only put it on DSPs because it came up in my Spotify release radar. That's why it was here. So maybe they just released it. And sometimes people be re-releasing old shit. So that could be from then. So maybe we'll just ignore that one since it was older. Next, Ari Lennox dropped a single called Chocolate Pomegranate. I love pomegranates. Ari is smooth as fuck. The song was really good, soulful, exactly what she needs. I'm looking forward to. Hopefully that means she has a new album coming. I'm going to give her a solid 4.25. Ice cold, refreshing White Claws.
Yeah, I get that vibe.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was cool. I see potential in her singing. Actually,
Yes.
It wasn't really the song for me, but it was pretty good.
Yes. The one thing, her album, brilliant. She is Erykah Badu 2.0, but her songwriting is abysmal. Like, it's really, really fucking corny. And I don't know if it's her doing it, but she needs to be working with better writers. So hopefully this next project has that, because it just ruined it for me, her other music.
Yeah, potential. Yeah.
Yeah. Notice we're just talking about Ari Lennox's new song, Chocolate Pomegranate. Did you hear that one?
Yeah, it was weak.
Yeah? Didn't like the song, but did you... I know you fucked with Ari heavy.
I do, yeah. That song was just kind of like soft and kind of wasn't into it.
Okay.
At a first run through, wasn't huge on it.
Okay. Rating? 3? 2?
3.
3?
Yeah, 2.96.
Okay.
Spliffs.
I like that. 2.96, Dan?
I kind of rated it. I thought it was a good song. I give it 4 solid apple fritter Timbits.
Oh, apple fritter. That's a
Apple
good one.
fritter, the best flavor.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't.
Some people
in the mood.
don't like
Maybe
apple
it wasn't
fritters.
in the mood for
Yeah,
that.
some people
You gotta and that's what maybe what the song is. You gotta be in the mood for it. I like that. Like,
Gotta be in the mood for apple
layers
fritter.
to this, boys.
Sometimes,
Layers.
like, it's the thing. Like, there's so much to listen through. Sometimes I'm just skipping through the songs. Like, I'm doing,
Yeah.
like 10 seconds. Blah, 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 blah.
And this is what this is
So
supposed
if I
to
have
be,
ti-
though.
have time to sit and actually, like, yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you're right.
So you
though.
get a lot of shit reviews from me here. Cause
We
it's
decided
off
not
the
to.
quick-
Yeah, we didn't do the
listen.
next one. Mariah Carey. We skipped.
I was
that.
like, fuck that shit.
Okay.
Fine,
Do you know what?
Westside Gunn annoys me, bro. Like,
Okay.
heaps of skips.
Okay, so let's just do it. We'll make it really quick. Everyone can just say 1 or 2 sentences and the rating, and then go. So Mariah Carey, neither of y'all listened to it. Did you hear it?
No.
I heard it because it's. I love Mariah. It had a bunch of like B-sides that didn't make the album, then a full live album, and the live album reminded me of why this woman is the fucking queen. She's amazing. I give this. If you're a Mariah fan, you'll fuck with it. I give it 4 solid mango White Claws. Next.
Interesting.
Westside Gunn, new album, Who Made the Sunshine? Braden.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. He obviously loves wrestling, and here's your hip hop wrestling. The artwork is wrestling. All his wrestling lines are everything. Razor Ramon, all this stuff.
All the audio intros.
I was just introduced to him just
all the
recently,
snippets.
so I want to check more of it out. But I'll give it a 4. It was good.
Okay, Nosh.
His voice is weird, but
Yeah,
he's
it's
good.
weird.
3
3.
and 3.2.
Okay. Dan.
Give it 4.5 blueberry fritter Timbits.
Ooh.
I
Ooh,
fucks
Damn,
with it.
that sounds fancy.
Yeah, I fucks with Westside. I think he's
Yeah.
sick. He's like you can call it guilty pleasure because his voice is so weird, and he does such weird stuff in his songs. And this, like he does the sort of singing and the rapping, but it's like it's weird. He sounds like a 16-year-old kid, but he's like 38 years old.
Yeah.
But he's so.
Oh my
I
God,
fucks
wow,
with him.
yeah.
Fucks with him heavy.
I enjoyed it too. I feel like now lately, since we've been working here, Dan's been around. We just play a lot of Griselda while we're working during the day, and both of us are just going boo 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 like all the time during the day, and it's mad entertaining. So
Ridiculous.
I actually really like that. This album was not brilliant. It's nowhere near as good as Conway's last one. So it was fine. I'll give it 3.5. Some of the beats were just fucking weird, bro. It's so strange, but great features.
Super dark.
Next, Lupe Fiasco and Soundtrakk did an EP with 2 songs called Tape. Did anyone hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone listen to Lupe?
I don't actively
anymore.
anymore,
Not really.
but
No one does. No, I know I'm the guest.
Like his old shit.
I know I'm the guest, but next.
Next? Okay. We're going to cut that? Fine. Let's go.
I'm happy with it.
London Grammar. I think they're a band from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. They did an EP called Californian Soil, just 2 songs. We reviewed the last song last week. Did anyone hear that at all? It's a little, like, off
No.
kilter from
Yeah,
what
London Grammar is pretty cool. I do know some of their
Yeah.
stuff, but I have not checked this out, so I will, yeah.
I thought it was great. If you're into it, I'm going to give it 3.5 cans right there. Fantastic stuff. Next, Manic MC and Maverick Sabre did a song called Alchemy. I don't know who Manic is, but I really like Maverick Sabre. But I'm not gonna lie, I think I forgot to listen to this. Did anyone hear it?
I did.
We skipped it pretty early. Yeah.
We
Was it
didn't
into
listen to
really
this,
like
but it
it.
wasn't amazing. So it was
Yeah.
like it was underwhelming. It was like, okay, nah.
No.
So it's like
kind of
it's
sound
a
like
two.
every Maverick Sabre song.
Yeah, he
Like-
does kind of sound a bit samey.
Like
yeah.
it was decent. Like give it like solid 3.5 normal original
Just
Timbits.
straight
But it's just
down.
like it's not a bad song. It's,
Okay.
it's good. Like it's good, definitely.
Nothing special. I'm gonna join. I'm gonna give it 3. 3 cans of White Claw. Next, Coltrane
Right.
and Mahalia did a song called Pretty. Anyone hear
This
this?
was good.
Yeah.
This was chill.
yeah.
Big fan of. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Mahalia.
That's all. Yeah.
Mahalia. Yeah, she's great. But the issue, I like Coltrane. I know a few of his songs as well. But
Yeah.
I thought she carried this. But I want to check it out again. I'm a big fan
Same.
of her. She's gonna be a big star.
Yeah.
Sweet.
What'd y'all give it?
For 3, 4, yeah.
Before?
3.9. Sweet.
Okay. No,
You're just pointing every number.
I like it.
Fuck it.
It's interesting.
Fuck it.
Dan?
It was alright. I didn't really fuck with it that much. Thought the hook was way too repetitive, and I just found they were just saying pretty all the time.
Yeah. It's a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. Yeah, I changed to 2.
Yeah, I'm going for about
That's
2
yeah.
as well. 2 Timbits.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this two banger ranks. Next, this was weird. The Alchemist dropped an album called A Doctor, Painter, and Alchemist Walk Into a Bar, and it was essentially an instrumental album with like 2-minute songs. Did anyone and a Westside Gunn feature? This kind of is everywhere. Did anybody listen to that?
We
No.
skipped through some of it because
Well,
it's Alchemist. I didn't know he
we
made music.
listened to it and we thought we'd listen.
We didn't know it was instrumental.
It just like
the
the
skipped by
verses
itself.
never
Like, oh,
came.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
1 minute each
it was
was
cool, but
fine.
definitely just not something I'm gonna like put on later. But it'll make me want to make music.
Yes, I respect that. Any ratings for anyone?
I didn't
It's
listen
very
to it.
cinematic. Give it
Yeah.
a fucking
Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah, I'll give it 2.5. It was just so weird. I don't think I'll ever listen to it again. I don't see the point. Next, Ben Harper, another instrumental thing actually, a new single called Paris. Looks like he's been dropping singles every week, named after cities that are instrumental. Anyone listen to that?
We did not. I don't.
No.
think,
I didn't listen to it.
Okay, I checked it. Same as the other one. It's just chill. Like you could probably be nice working music when you have that full album. Be pretty cool. I'll give it 3 because I bangs with Ben Harper. A little country, a little folky type of joint. Next,
Yeah.
JoJo bangs with her pretty heavy. She dropped a new single called The
You
Change.
banged,
Did anyone hear that?
you banged with JoJo?
JoJo, really?
We did put it on though for
it-
about 35 seconds and I changed it because
He nexted
nope.
it.
He next it. Respect it. Dan?
I didn't listen to it.
Didn't check it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty, this one wasn't great. I do like her a lot though, but I give that a 2.5 White Claws. Next, this one, if you want to fucking shed a tear, Aloe Black album called All Love Everything. Did anyone check that?
Oh, we were listening to some of it. Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. It was kind of sad. I want to check. I know a little bit about Aloe Black. I need to check more out from him. But great voice.
Yeah.
I don't need to give it. I don't know a rating because I didn't listen to it fully. But
Fair.
good stuff.
No?
Same. I guess, yeah, can't give it a rating because I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I rock to
sounded
Aloe
cool,
Black. He's a dope rapper, dope singer, fucking, his missus. It can't
Yep.
go wrong.
Yeah.
Go hard.
Dan, did you check it?
No, I didn't check out the
No.
song.
So this one, it sounds like every song was made for a movie or a commercial. Like it's actually kind of genius the way he does his shit. Moving stuff, I'm going to give it a solid 3.5, but I can't see myself listening to it again, to be honest, but it was good. Next,
Not bad, not
Rock
bad.
Abraham and Chris Crack did a single called Karma. Rock is going to be on the podcast, I think it's next week, because his album, I think, might drop this week. Did anyone check this one?
Yeah, we checked this one out. This one was cool.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
remember this.
It was
one.
hard.
Sorry, I know this is
I'm-
near the end. We kind
I'm
of
bringing it up.
we had a lot going on, but
Yeah,
There was a
yeah.
lot
What is
going
this
on.
one? Rock,
Um,
what?
Abraham. He's from DC, rapper from DC. He's also a sommelier, so I know him through beer stuff. So we knew each other as
Whoa.
beer rappers.
So he's a rapper and a beer sommelier.
Which is a cicerone, yeah. So
Okay.
which is what that's called. So he's a great dude. I haven't worked with him yet, but hopefully on this project I'm working on.
Yeah,
yeah, it's
Notion
good.
just quickly pulled it up. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
from like briefly
We
listening.
Sick
did
beat.
bun this one earlier. This is cool,
Yeah.
man. Nice, flowy beat. Everything was cool.
He's got a really cool voice. I
Yeah,
fuck with him.
definitely. Yeah.
What'd y'all give it?
I didn't listen to it fully, but I think it sounds
So,
good.
okay,
I'll
sounds
give it a 4.
Yeah,
four?
I didn't listen to it.
Didn't listen?
Yeah,
No
so-
problem. I'm gonna give it 4 as well. Almost done. Second last one. Next this one's. I think I forgot to listen to this. La Moth Mood and Masari. I fucks with Masari. Did a song called
Sorry.
Sippin' Dope. I know, right?
I didn't listen to this, but
Especially-
I'm going to later.
Yeah, Masari's the god, bro. Like his early shit was so fire. And he's Canadian. He's from Toronto. which
Yeah,
is so funny.
he's Toronto. This is Toronto old
This is
school shit here.
heavy Toronto
That's so
shit.
funny.
Did anyone check that?
I didn't
What's the
listen to
song?
this one.
Slippin'?
Checking it right now.
Sippin' Dope. Which is an interesting thing.
Elton's Española.
Oh, maybe it is. Maybe that's why we don't know the other thing, the other artist. But
Interesting.
Masari's is so funny because he takes himself so serious.
It's very interesting.
So that's
I'll
like
say that.
Yeah, that's like
I don't want to rate it, but I'll say it's interesting.
Okay,
Same.
interesting works. Next, last one. Lil Wayne dropped the deluxe version of the Carter 5 with 33 songs. Did anyone
Fucking
even fix their
boom.
face and listen
No.
to that?
I
I
can't
listened
wait to hear
to. I've listened to Cart, not original Cart
Yeah.
5, which was alright.
It was
I
cool.
didn't get around to actually getting to the deluxe songs because it's so
Yeah, I didn't know which one.
fucking long.
Did he mix
Because
them in? Did he put them
That's the
in?
thing, because I don't remember the Cart 5 enough to think
know what he
this
did.
is a new song, because the
It
Cart
wasn't
5 is
very
relatively
good,
new.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It's-
It was
from what I
throwaway
heard, it was-
music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
throwaway music.
I don't know why you came back with this.
It's very weird.
It was kind of strange, and you'd have to almost have like 2 tabs open of like one with the old album, one with the
Yeah,
new one, and
100%,
check.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
so that was the music. That was a chunk, huh? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was a lot of music.
That's way too much, mate.
Yeah. Well, everyone's gonna stop being fucking bored in the pandemic and just living in the studio and releasing shit and making us talk about it. The fuck.
Next year, music is going to be great. There's going to be so much music in 2021 and 2022 because all your artists are stuck at home like you, and they're making music.
Just
Can't wait.
Right? It's gonna be great. So Braden, brother, thank you so much for hanging out with us, bro. It's a pleasure. I'm glad we finally did this.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man.
Where can everybody? I'm going to put your details in the description after anyway. But where can everybody find you online and your Patreon and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. Braden Herrington. I am on Twitter and Instagram at the Brady. You can follow the UpNxt podcast, postwrestling.com. I'm part of Post Wrestling. You can go to patreon.com/UpNxt. You can go to our Twitter at UpNxt Podcast. UpNxt is UpNxt podcast on all there. I do so many podcasts, movie reviews, wrestling reviews, all that stuff. And of course, if you want to listen to any of the beats that me and Notion are making, go check us out. I know we have a Notion's Bandcamp as well there, that there's some fire stuff that we've been making.
Notionbeats.com.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
And there's a link on the right hand side to the Notion and Ben Tramer beats, so you can check all them joints out.
Yeah, definitely. And every Wednesday I go live on YouTube, as well as watch-alongs of all the wrestling events as well, youtube.com/UpNxt. And yeah, come hang out with us and watch some wrestling if you're up into that alley. But thanks so much for having me on, guys.
Love
that was
it,
a lot
man.
of fun.
Champion,
Oh,
I
man.
You
appreciate
guys are mad cunts.
You're a mad
Ooh.
cunt, bro. What do you mean? Jelly?
You are the mad cunt. Can I get the thumbnail real quick? Maybe throw
Do
up
it.
because this is episode 22. So let's get some twos.
Get some what?
Some twos.
Some twos?
So a two's up.
For 22. There you go. Ready? Boom. Notion, where can everyone find you online?
At Notion Baby on Instagram, Facebook, at Illnote Studios on Instagram and Facebook, and www.illnotestudios.com. It's your boy, mixing, mastering, photography. You know what it is.
Boom, boom.
Where can everyone find you, Dan?
Just literally Dan Johnson on Instagram and Twitter. And even though I don't post, but please obviously follow me because I need clout.
Hey, you're on stories. You're on
I'm
stories.
on stories.
Right?
Clouters.
And y'all can find me at CWEFOR on Twitter and Instagram. Also, Mike Romley. Mike in Melbourne just came through right at the very end.
Mike Neffel.
He said,
Magnificent. What up, though?
Everyone's going to make songs about cleaning the house in 2021. It's pretty funny.
Yo,
'cause-
Dyson gonna get some
Right?
fucking product
Oh
placement.
shit!
So,
That's what I'm saying. My whole next album is all about that. So,
my next door hoe sucking like a Dyson. No, we can't do that.
well,
Can we do that?
yeah, you can. Of course, you can. If you guys
That's
enjoyed the
right.
episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell, boom, so you know when the new
Ding.
drops. Follow us on social media at The Movement Fam. We are here every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, podcast on Tuesdays. If you fuck with us and if you're enjoying this, Follow us on Spotify. Rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. The review helps us a ton get up there in the algorithm. We've been in the music commentary charts a bit here in Canada, which is super cool. So I appreciate y'all. Braden, thanks again, guys. We'll see you next week.
Man. Thank you.
Peace, peace, peace.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. That's what I'm saying. All right, music, theme song. Oh. Hey. Ah. Hey.
What do you do? I don't know how to fucking dance.
Yeah. Hey.